What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Hi.
How are you?
What, I have to say something funny every time?
Yeah,
Actually.
I mean,
At least the first
Yes.
4 times,
Yes,
I
you
think.
do.
right?
it works better when you do.
Yeah. You could do that, Christopher. Walking
Nope.
a bit. Nope.
So anyway.
Remember the one we talked about? Okay, cool. I'll go fuck myself. I'll be over here. We're all friends and we're laughing.
Yeah.
Friendship is fun.
Wait, we're friends?
Who are you?
In character.
No, no, we're not.
Actually, no, even less so.
Even less so in character.
I think you're friends with one person out of your party. So far.
True. Yeah.
So hello everybody.
And he's not my friend. He's my good smooch. You know that.
Welcome back to the Critical Miss. Thank you guys for joining us again for our 4th episode, episode 4 of campaign 3. Jesus
That's the one.
Christ, it's been a long time playing D&D. Many years of my life wasted. Anywho, thank you all for joining us so much again on Twitch, or if you're watching this on YouTube, not live.
You're an idiot. Go
what
watch
do
it
you do?
live.
The past!
Yes. We have some announcements to get through before we get into our next, until we start the campaign.
Woo!
Chris is going to talk to us a little bit about Patreon and all the good stuffs.
That's the stuff, yes. So, Patreon, if you don't know, patreon.com/TheCriticalMiss. We have not really any rewards now. We hope we're going to get them up within the next week or so. We're going to be talking about those in the coming days, so definitely look out for that. If you're interested, then go ahead and do so.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up, Nikolai?
What's Patreon?
What are you, a fucking idiot?
No, that's hurtful.
Are you a smooch?
Whoa! Wait, I thought
Now,
Smooch was
Only
a
we
good
can
thing.
say that to each other.
Crossing the line.
Oh shit, I gotta go.
Anyway, for
Are
those of
we
you who
recording?
don't know, for those of you who don't know, Patreon,
Like me, because I don't know.
you're not Patreon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
Well, I don't know.
You missed your
that was
moment.
bad timing. But go ahead.
You missed your moment on that one. So,
Try take two. Take two.
I wanna do another thing.
We'll do it live. Wait.
For those of you who don't know, Patreon is a place you can go and donate to support your favorite creators, like us, for example, because not every monetization system, we're not naming names, is not that great.
YouTube.
So if you want to support us so we can upgrade all our equipment and make better content for you guys and put out more content than just this show, which is still awesome, but you know, we want to give you guys more, then go on over to patreon.com/TheCriticalMiss, and you can either donate to us now, or if you want to wait to see what tiers we're going to put in there, you might want to put a different tier.
Oh, I'll put some tears in.
I'm crying already.
There you go.
Patreon / what?
The Critical Miss.
Oh. The
Patreon.
critical.
Well, that's actually a lot simpler than I thought.
Oh, that
Who's
sounds
the
pretty
critical?
cool.
Everything is very
Now,
uniform. We want to keep it simple.
Which
Did
one
you
of
say
us
that
is
you
the
might
miss?
do some alternative,
I guess
another
you're the miss.
another show?
Yes.
What's something else we would do on the
We can't talk about that.
all right.
But we do have...
But if you want to find out, there's only one way.
Well, we can talk about
Well,
other
there's multiple
shows that
ways.
our network does.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we only have one right now, like The Sack.
The sack.
The sack.
How's that
Get
going?
sacked.
How's that going?
You getting sacked on Sundays?
Well, you see, on Sundays, we have a show where we talk about anime and
Well,
discuss
don't-
popular anime.
Don't put us in the weeb section.
By
We won't
we,
be
you
categorized
mean-
with these weebs.
You, correct?
I talk about anime on Sundays.
And sometimes Sony doesn't like that.
Yeah. So they take it down, so now you need to edit it. And
When did this happen?
This past Sunday.
Past Sunday.
almost immediately.
It was like real
Like
fucking
3
quick.
minutes in, Sony was like, nah.
I got an email. I was texting Chris at the same time. I got an email. I was like, by the way, Sack got taken down. And he's just like, excuse me? It didn't even go live yet.
I checked my phone. I was like, what time is it in Japan right now? It was 9:03. Wow. Some guy literally walked into the Why? office, said, oh, The Sack. Nope.
I was waiting for this.
What did you put up there?
No. I'm not giving you spoilers.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, are you gonna
So wait,
redo that
how-
for this
wait.
week or?
How
Okay.
would I be able to watch this then? Because I need to know.
Oh, you can't.
Oh. Well, we just
But-
fucking advertised.
You can't watch that one, but you can watch other episodes of The Sack on our YouTube page if you just search The Critical Miss.
YouTube.com/TheCriticalMiss. And you can get sacked every Sunday.
Yeah.
Get sacked
Every
on
Sunday
Sundays.
at 8 p.m.
Whenever he feels like uploading it, but usually around then.
Anywhere between 9 a.m. and midnight.
That's a.
That general area.
That's a great recording time.
And you know what?
Just be ready the whole day.
Yeah.
Come on by on Sunday and get touched by his sack.
You know, some of them are very touching.
By the sack content.
But we digress. With that,
Digest.
back to you, Burwell.
Fair enough. So, last time on the Critical Miss, our would-be heroes,
And one murderer.
soon-to-be heroes, and one murderer,
who is not here to defend himself today.
awoke in South Dawn. No, in Everseed. In lieu of trying to get to South Dawn, they had found their way to Everseed, some separately, as Eric found out. After a short, sort of, I wouldn't say a trial, more of just a meeting with the lawmaster, Eric was released into Xanier's custody on the condition that he be taken to South Dawn. During that time, Phelan had a interesting encounter with the Saria Rune Mother. Goes by the name of the Rune Mother. One of the leaders in Hyleria, a member of the Hylerian High Council, along with several other members most of you are unfamiliar with. Xanier would be, but he's not here. By the way, Tom's not here tonight, everyone, in case you hadn't noticed.
I'm not Tom.
That's not Tom.
He's not Tom.
You're not Tom?
I'm not Tom.
Oh my
but I
God.
do sit somewhere else every week.
He's the roaming.
Where will Nikolai be next week?
You catch your votes now.
I like that. Unless it's my seat.
Right.
So,
555 new Tom. I mean, unless you have something else going on that's way more fun, which is impossible.
impossible.
It's literally impossible to have more fun than Dungeons and Dragons.
That's true.
I would agree with that.
Uh-huh.
But in a not sarcastic
So no
way.
one in this room has had sex. Nobody.
I was gonna say I joined sorting club, but wait did you like?
Oh, that's right. I was vulgar. I
Yeah,
apologize.
vulgar.
Have you seen her pencil sharpener? Like, come on, man. It's not an
That was
innuendo.
worse.
I don't know where that one went, but anyway, back to you.
So after a brief meeting with the Rune Mother and her assistant / bodyguard Moriana Thorne, alarms started ringing off in the distance. And what the hell are you doing? Of course, you're not on the wide shot.
Yeah, like.
You're just living crazy, Preston.
Alarms started to go off around the forest. Some of you may remember on your way in, you passed some magic inscribed on the trees, but you weren't really sure the kind of magic that it was until now you realize it's sort of an alarm system. And we're greeted by a flying brigade of gargoyle creatures. They landed in the town square and all around the town and immediately started causing havoc. And the largest creature there, the seeming leader of this brigade, landed directly in front of Eric. And he said, "We found it. Tell Varrock." And soon after, combat began. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish, so that's where we pick up this time, at the top of the initiative order with
Time to
Raucus.
fight. The now raging Raucus.
When we left off, Raucus was enraged.
Raucus was enraged, yes.
As far, can we get a quick rundown of literally what's going on in the map?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Raucus is over here, along with Garrett and Moriana Thorne.
Well, no.
Up in the front there, we have Phelan and Leon facing down the largest gargoyle, the one who had made comments to Eric. Eric is actually off the map at this point, as he has been in chase of an escaping gargoyle. Over here, we have Dyrus, who is now being beset upon by 2 gargoyles. And we have Xanier in the building over here, who has been engaging in sort of a sniper's duel with this gentleman across, who is also on top of a building.
Gotcha.
Another gargoyle. You were raging last turn. I believe you were the one who felled this current gargoyle right here.
No, I did not.
I think
That was
yeah,
Garrett.
that was-
Oh, okay. That was Garrett. Yeah, and that's about it
All right,
as far as
so
you know right now.
Ruckus is not. He's enraged. His eyes are fully red. Not going to say anything. not
Gotcha.
Speaking. I want to go into a frenzy.
Ooh, okay.
I don't think I've got.
man.
A real one?
1, 2, 3.
Or just like a hissy fit?
So it's 25, 30. So in order to actually engage, I'm going to have to use. I'm going to have to dash, which is
Dash would be
your action.
would be your action
Since I'm
to.
frenzied, I get a bonus action, so I can attack.
Well, isn't the bonus action to go into a frenzy, or is that free once you're in a
That's
rage?
true.
Yeah, you use your bonus action too.
But you can get into melee range with him.
Yeah, that's true. So
Just gonna
cool.
charge
Ruckus does nothing.
Well, he runs
just
really
runs.
fast and gets real mad.
Yeah,
He gets
really
angrier
so-
and
yeah.
runs.
So
And
after
just looking like, oh, well, all right.
after Garrett strikes down the creature in front of you, you just kind of tighten your grip on the hammer. And Garrett, you can see this little, like, almost like a puff of arcane red energy as he clenches his fist around the hammer, turns and just dashes into conflict with the giant creature. Leon.
Now,
as you-
would they have been spread out enough for Ruckus to have?
Yeah, there was a space in between them, so you can definitely get up in there. You also had 4 more spaces of action, so if you wanted to try and get around like behind him,
Flank?
you may be able to do that as well.
Attack head on.
Okay. Leon, you're up.
Oh shit, this is so sudden.
I didn't expect this.
It's not like it says our turn order on the board or anything.
It was.
Got him.
Shouldn't hide the can.
We just started.
We're not getting advertising
But also,
money.
no, you drink soda.
Okay. Oh no, it is up there.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah, nobody knows what this is.
The cash app.
Use the cups, people.
That's true.
The cups
Right.
were provided.
I need to go to a Red Fair so I get an actual, like, hat.
If my memory
I
serves
want-
correctly, I have that Phelan got hit with a big bop at the end of the last mission.
I did get hit with the biggest bop.
She got hit with a big ass pop.
Big bop?
19 damage.
You
So
got
I
bopped
saw
pretty
that
good.
big bop, and I'm gonna
So it's not a
raise
kick
you
bop, you're
one
saying.
one healing word.
All right. And remember, guys, he does not want to know if
Right.
we're low.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we're low on
Okay.
health, you don't tell him the current health. But
Yeah,
he's
don't
gonna
tell me
say, like,
numbers. You could be like, I'm hurting or something.
Yeah,
but like,
yes.
In
something like
general, you shouldn't be telling numbers anyway.
Right.
You should just be saying like, I'm hurting,
Okay.
because you don't have like you as yourself wouldn't know like, oh, I'm feeling kind of sick today. I only have like 42 HP.
Nobody else does
42 is a
that.
fucking pipe
On a
dream.
scale,
That's every day.
on a scale of 1 to 42, I'm about like 19. It's not a
Right.
not a good scale of measurement.
So you get a modest 8 HP.
Yeah, but 8's good at this level.
It is?
Yeah.
That's most of my health.
Well,
Oh, really?
More
Oh,
than,
shit.
more than half of my max.
So
That
as
is
I
more than-
Level
Yes.
3.
That's my max.
as I
Level
release
3.
the spell, my hand, the glow from my hand, kind of like disappears. I'm like, that's all I got. We're on our own from here on out.
So you say bippity boppity.
Yeah.
And I say,
And then I say 1 second, and I just swing my mace into the guy's face.
All right.
Or I hope to.
All right. So make an attack roll against him. I gotta get out my numbers chart.
Skadoosh.
Skadoosh.
Oh, actually, wait. I know for him. I remember.
13?
13 misses, unfortunately. You're too focused on the healing, and you turn and swing with the mace. It just goes wide, even though he's a big target. Xanier sent me his information earlier. I'm going to be taking care of Xanier for right now while we're in the combat.
oh, I'll take care of it.
So, remembering what his order was, he had a bonus action he had to use at the start of his turn to reload his gun, and then he is going to fire a shot. Specifically, he asked, he wants to fire a shot at the big guy. So he is going to take a shot at the big guy,
Yep. I just try to knock that over.
and that hits. Barely, but it hits. And then he's rogue based, so he gets
Hitting
sneak
the,
attack damage. Ooh, that's not
Oh,
bad.
did not save us?
Oh no, that's pretty bad. And his plus for dex.
His plus is pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It'd be
So
good, plus 8.
10 damage as you guys. You don't see him because
Does he
he
get
is.
sneak attack?
Yeah.
Oh, you just rolled that. Okay, gotcha.
It was not good.
Gotcha.
You see him. You don't see Xanier, but you do see the flare from the muzzle is, and a bullet flies past, hits him in the shoulder.
We hear that one.
Subtle.
But you do notice that the bullet, even though it hits him and does kind of chip the shoulder area, the metal casing of the bullet ting, ting, drops to your feet. So you're noticing that these bullets are not penetrating as well as they should. All right.
It's like he's made of stone.
That's exactly what he's made of.
Shit. It's worse than I thought.
He's also going to...
It's not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to this other window over here.
And just crack that one out.
Yeah. Well, he can't do it on this turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Eric, you are up, as well as Dyrus.
I'll save some time. I dodge.
Dodge? Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Fair enough.
Disengage and run.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
No, actually, wouldn't that be the
No,
smart
he's
thing?
busy. He's chasing
No,
the little guy.
I have to keep control of this so you guys can do your thing.
Gotcha.
That's kind of my...
Well, I'm gonna magic missile
my
the
shtick.
flying dude.
Okay.
Again. And
Oof.
2 4s.
What is
10. And I guess 1 more. Alright, well, that's 15 damage.
Okay, so
I just rolled all maxes on
the
me.
third one actually flies past as the first 2 spin through the air, kind of come down on his back as he's mid-flight, and just right through his chest. He slams into the ground, running, skidding about 4 feet.
Cool. I turn and I run the other direction. Back towards the
Gotcha.
camp.
Gotcha. Okay. So just coming back in towards camp, it was a turn, I think, running that way that you spent
Maybe
off
two.
of the
Use
board.
2 turns out.
Okay,
That was
so-
a 2 movements out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So a
So
dash should bring me back to the board. So on my next turn.
okay. Gotcha. So you're both good for now. Garrett, you're up.
All right.
I doge.
So,
And you notice standing at you where you are, there's no real enemies, and you just kind of see Moriana eyeing you suspiciously right now.
that's fine. I don't pay any mind. As the same energy that's flaring in my eyes begins to illuminate for my entire body, and on the back of the wall that's in back of me, a bright light shines. And you don't. All you see is the shadow of 2 giant wings unfurl from the back. You don't see the physical wings. You just see the shadow of wings on the wall as they cast out. And I'm gonna look up and I see the guy. How far up is this guy?
That guy, he's on the top of a stone structure. He's only about 20 feet up.
I'm gonna go right up to him, right in his face, and I'm gonna just hack at him.
Okay. So you see actually, you 3 are engaged in combat. Really, the only person who would see it is Xanier.
Yeah.
But essentially,
And more around me.
you don't see, but ethereal wings sort of kick up the dust around him as he makes his way to the top of this building here. Standing right next to this guy, you land on the ledge, looking at him, blue fire burning in your eyes.
And I'm still blessed, right? Did you,
Oh yeah, everyone who was blessed last time, I forgot.
I was...
1, 2, 3, it was 4. There were 4 people blessed.
It was you, Bam, Bam.
Oh, I think
It wasn't these 2.
Was it? I think it was
that me
Xanier.
then.
No, I don't think so, because I think Xander was too far out. Because you guys were back here when,
Oh
when
yeah,
he
that
did
was
it.
That
Yeah, it
was
was me.
I think... I
I'm
could be
assuming
wrong.
it's a
I could be
19
wrong, but I
hit.
thought you guys were back here when he did it.
Phelan was definitely back
Oh, and
there.
as my bonus action before I tell
think
you.
Xander
Maybe
was
Raucus
back
got
there.
into range for it. I
Okay.
don't remember.
Yes, Raucus was in it.
So,
Hunter's mark goes to him.
Yeah, so
I just remember it was Xanier.
Can you put that on there, please? I'm sorry. Thank you.
Pretty sure I did, but I haven't
Two
used it yet because I've been
handing.
using magic missiles.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, we'll just go with you. Tom's not here.
I don't think you would have blessed someone.
That is-
Oh,
You
yeah, I
didn't.
said-
You specifically didn't. You're right. Good call.
Yeah. What a dick.
It's 13 points of damage plus the 3 radiant
Okay, so 3 radiant.
Did you say points of or poison?
points of.
Okay. I was
Poison
you
points.
do poison damage now? What the fuck are you?
Poison damage.
I mean,
I'm gonna have some questions for you after this. Like, what?
no, I already have it written down. Don't worry.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
This guy has already taken some shots from Xanier, so you see there are kind of pockmarks riddled in his body, and you just kind of slash into them. The gash from the radiant damage does kind of leave a big scar across the front of the chest, but it does not appear that... Oh, wait, you're using the Dwarven Hackblade, right?
Yes, I am. Picture Supernatural when angels unfurl their wings. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so a larger gash than previously mentioned, but he's still standing.
All right.
Supernatural. What a great 5-season show and only 5 seasons.
Only those 5 ever.
Aren't there like 9 seasons or something?
There's actually like 15,
13?
I'm pretty sure, but there's only 5.
Season 14, season 13 premiere finale is tomorrow.
She doesn't have one more step in her?
She does not.
She can't quite move that leg one more step.
She does not,
All right.
unfortunately. But actually, she is going to dash to get into range.
All right.
You had to.
Provoke.
There you go.
I just look back and like, really?
I should dodge again.
Oh, I'm just gonna. I don't even need to roll the dice for a little while. I'm just gonna be dodging.
Phelan, you're up.
Okay, since I took a huge hit from this gargoyle, I am certainly afeared. And I'm going to whip out my shield. Is that okay? I can do that, right? On my turn?
Yeah, you can equip your shield.
I'm gonna equip my shield.
That's your.
Is that a
that's
bonus
your.
action or just a free action? Like, are we
I
just,
think it's to equip an item.
or what are we counting as it as? Is a better question.
If you're holding the shield on you, I don't think it should be.
If it's
full
readily
action.
available, I usually just let it go. But it's up to you.
That's true. Because
If
I
it's
mean,
like digging through a bag.
you're an
and stuff,
adventurer.
that's
You're not
different.
really going to be like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I got my
Give me
shield.
1 second.
Yeah.
No,
It's
you
literally
have it
just
on your
like-
ready, so you
Yeah,
just
like, yeah.
you have your shield out.
PUBG pan kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ready, ready.
Ref.
Yeah.
We'll take a tea here, see? Okay.
And everyone's like, what?
What's going on with this guy?
Who is Red?
And then, I'm going to, since I feel a little bit better from when Leon healed me, I'm going to take another swing at this guy.
Yeah.
Who do it?
Okay.
With Flame Blade.
Okay. Go ahead and strike him up.
Roll, the d20, right?
Yeah, it's a d20 plus your spell attack modifier, which I believe for you is plus 5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good. That's a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the pulling out the shield kind of throws your balance off a little bit, and you go to swing, and it's just outside of reach.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn? Do you have a bonus action? Or?
No.
Okay. So enemies 2. The gargoyle at the top is going to take a swipe and a bite at you.
The Gargoyle.
For it. It should be noted, I didn't land next to him. I'm just literally flying in front of him.
You're still within
Yeah,
attack
just making
range.
sure.
Okay.
I want it to be known, so.
So he drops. He's got his crossbow. No, it's happening. It's happening, Dyrus. You can't hide from it.
Happening who? I'm sitting there too.
Whoa! He was there for a second. Then he's going. Whoa!
Popping it out.
So 2 attacks on you. First one is
Oh,
a bite.
flash.
That's a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Somehow.
And then the second attack,
Well, I would have guessed. I don't know.
20.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Both attacks hit.
I don't know why I bothered
So you
equipping
dead.
my shield. It's gonna hit me
So
Just pray.
from the first attack,
Seer.
you take 9 slashing damage as the claws swipe across your chest.
Oh, it's
And then the second attack, another 3 bite damage. So the first attack, he kind of cuts across your chest, and you feel your clothes sort of tear in the front, and then the jaws just sink into your shoulder again.
I don't even flinch.
And then it's 4 attacks on you.
At
With
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Touch me.
I'm down.
So that's a 14.
Miss.
Okay.
Alright, one attack out of the way.
19.
Heads. I'm down.
Wait, you're down?
I'm more than likely.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Unless he rolls minimum, I'm pretty
Even
down.
then, you're probably still there.
But what about maximum?
Oh, then I'm probably dead.
That's going to get you to
Yeah, like I'm probably dead.
12.
Okay, I'm not dead, but I'm pretty fucking dead.
You're down?
Do you have 1 HP?
Okay.
No.
No.
I mean like I'm not dead as in negative my total HP.
Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna take like 24 points.
Yeah,
of damage
no,
to die.
no,
26.
13.
No.
13,
It's
right?
negative.
Well, when I'm at a lower
I'm
amount.
saying, yeah, when you're
Yeah.
at your max, yeah.
He was pretty close.
I imagine.
So he continued to beat you while
I think you
you're
were
down.
dodging.
Did monsters
Well, that was just
usually
one
do
attack. That was just one person.
Yeah, that was one person.
Well, they were all attacking me at once, so.
That was
No, that was the 2 swipe attacks from them.
One person, right?
The one who is directly in front of Moriana Thorn is going to direct his bite towards her.
Does she
However,
maybe
the
have
one that
Sentinel?
is... I'm sorry?
Does she have Sentinel?
She does not.
Check out there.
So
It
he's
was
going
the one
to take an
farther
attack
away from
on
her anyway. She
her.
couldn't do anything.
Gotcha.
Are there 2?
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2.
That is
Yes, the role playing.
17 points. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's 22 to hit her. That hits.
Raucous.
That's 10 damage
Your
to
face when
her.
the DM's trying to kill everyone.
Don't do it.
Hey, Raucous. Can you handle
then-
this, jabroni?
You see the one on the opposite side, the one who is not currently engaged with Moriana, sees the down Dyrus and just reaches down and bites at him. Since you're down, that's an automatic crit. You lose 2 death saves.
Correct.
Wow.
Dyrus is one death save away from dying forever.
Raucous is unaware.
I think I have another character ready.
You had another character ready from when you rolled your HP.
All right, I did.
Yeah.
Kevin, message Naomi now. We're gonna need a new character.
She already knows. I told her when I made this character this
As
is
soon
gonna
as
happen.
he started rolling, I was already emailing it.
He's on it. He's on it.
Hands for Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. For those of you who don't know, Kevin came on this season as a production assistant, and he has been absolutely killing
Engineer.
Producer.
Engineer assistant.
Production engineer.
Engineer producer assistant.
Ooh, that's good.
Some gentleman.
Hey.
Production engineer.
I like to call myself
just
the
said
man
that.
in glasses.
The man in glass.
That's actually a better
Sorry.
title because it doesn't refer to any pay scale.
And it
So
just
we're
sounds
good.
I
cool.
was gonna say, so nobody else here. Yeah.
'Cause that also refers to everybody this side of the table, other than man.
No, but I
still in
abbreviated it to the
glasses.
MIG. I'm the
Yeah.
MIG of this.
Ooh.
large gentleman.
Oh.
It is his turn. Large
Gentleman is a strong word.
large gentleman is going to raise his club, which you now see looks almost like the spire of a building, like the point of a building that has just been torn off and is being used as a makeshift club.
Would you say torn asunder?
No.
Such a good word.
He's going to make 2 attacks, one on Phelan, one on Leon. Because Raucous has not engaged him. Well, Raucous is engaged with him, but has not attacked him yet. So the first one on Leon, yeah, that's 23.
Barely.
He hits.
Okay.
But I would like to use my shield reflection.
Oh, you're
Yes.
going to use what was the name of the shield?
Pride win.
Pride Winds.
If
So
that's
you're going to use you see when the club going to come down on top of Leon here. He holds up his shield and there's this bright flash of light that goes directly into this thing's face, and he recoils back. Now can I just read that real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to see if it makes the attack miss.
No, it hits me, but anything after that is
Gotcha.
Well, he's blinded.
Yes. Okay.
So hopefully
So he
that keeps you
does.
alive.
He does hit
Blinded by the
you.
zero.
that should be a song.
That's going to be 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm glad he's blind.
And then the second attack automatically fails ability checks. Creatures' rolls have disadvantage. So a second attack with disadvantage, he kind of he just swings the hammer down the opposite way towards Phelan.
Jesus.
He's trying to, but it's
At disadvantage.
oh, maybe
You have your
not.
shield, so don't
Maybe
forget your
not.
plus 2.
16.
That matches what I have here.
No.
So that would be
Darn!
Meets or
Curse
exceeds.
you numbers!
Damn
Goes
you,
to the
man!
runner.
Huh?
Tie goes to the runner.
Yeah. He is.
That's
the
going to be
runner.
12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Are you alive?
Barely.
Okay, good.
Because of your 8.
Not gonna
Because
lie.
if you're 8,
Oh,
yeah.
really? Oh, because I don't have time to worry about you. We got Micah Smooch over here. He's on the ground.
Raucous, you are up.
Raucous has his hammer wound up and just swings with all of his might with his first attack.
Okay.
Oh boy. That's not good.
Does it hit me?
Should I hit it? 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
Plus
He
4?
kind of staggers back from the
Yeah,
blindness,
yeah,
and
D4.
you slam your hammer into the dirt as he moves his leg back.
Alright, so he's in a frenzy, so he gets a bonus attack.
Right.
There you go.
I don't know why I used the same one.
Better.
12, 16.
16 hits.
Alright.
You pick the hammer back up, swing it into his chest.
Please kill him.
11.
11. You see him push back a little bit, but he holds his ground.
He's gonna go into, he's gonna use his reckless attack.
Cool.
Take another swing.
This is advanced
Oh,
frenzy.
shit. Okay.
Hashtag reckless.
Oh yeah, I get an advantage, because that was a crit miss.
Oh, I just remembered.
Well, that's what the benefit of reckless is.
Wasn't
We're
much
miss
better.
again?
Wasn't much
It might
better.
as well have been.
13.
13?
No, 12.
12.
Either way.
Either way.
Yeah, either way, unfortunately. The second attack,
Oh, this is not looking, this is going bad.
you throw the hammer at him one more time, and he just puts his hand up
Oh.
and throws it into the ground. Not tearing it out of your hands, but just kind of like puts the hammer into the dirt, like.
Oh shit.
Leon, you are up.
You seem to have this under control.
Okay. You.
I am gonna take.
Okay.
I do.
He is. Now's the time. Now's the time to do it because he's blinded. So he's going to use his reaction to take an opportunity attack at you with disadvantage. That is still a 20.
Just hits.
20. Okay.
Hopefully
those
I get
dice
out
you
of
were
there.
rolling on Discord, because you should put those away.
Cracker.
Ooh, I hope he doesn't do enough.
We'll put those dice
That
away.
is 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
You see this like crack the back of my head, and like I have 1 HP.
Oh shit!
And I have 1 HP.
Coming from the guy who just told us, I don't want to know numbers.
Well, I'm not healing anyone. But I turn around, I put my shield up front to like barrel through these guys to get through to Dyrus.
Okay.
And I say, this is the best I can do right now. I put my hand on him, and I use Spare the Dying. So he's stable at 0.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm at 0, but I still have the failures. I don't.
No, you don't have to do
Okay.
saves. But if they attack you, obviously you still are fucked.
Yeah,
But
once you're stable, you redo your saves after.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, I don't have to make saves now because I'm stable.
yeah.
Right.
And Larry
I'm just
Lasagna,
at
I'm
0
smacking
one
this
time.
guy in the face.
Spare the Dying's a bonus?
No, it's a full action, but I have my bonus action
Gotcha.
as an attack.
As a war cleric.
Right. War clerics.
20.
Hit.
And
Which one are you attacking? The one on
the one on my right.
Okay.
Because I didn't see who attacked him, but I know someone attacked him. Because he's not up.
So you are stable, but with being stable, you still have 2 death saves active.
No, I don't. No, because
No?
now I'm stable. I'm no longer on death's door. I'm now stable.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't have to make death saves anymore because
Gotcha.
I'm stable.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have 1 HP.
I'm at 0.
He's at 0
I'm
HP, yeah.
unconscious, but not.
What,
on life
another,
support.
what would another attack do to you?
It would kill him.
It would do damage, and then if
Use
it takes
the
me
action.
to -13, it would kill me.
Yeah.
But your 2 standing death saves are
No.
gone, so it wouldn't be another crit. that
I don't
would
know
kill
if the
you.
death saves are
Okay.
gone.
It's just
Oh yeah.
damage.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
need to see how Spare
Yeah,
the Dying works. I'm going to look it up.
It's just
I'm
it's
sorry,
stabilized.
I-
No,
yeah,
yeah.
it's stabilized.
I
I just
apologize.
don't know exactly.
Can you
We've never run into this situation before.
Yeah, it says
Gotcha.
it literally just says the creature is stable.
I'm just gonna look up what stable means.
Yeah, do that. Okay. So.
But I do 4 whole damage.
4 whole damage. Got it.
How do you do whole damage?
You just gotta take the mace and make a hole through his chest. Huh?
You just ignored resistance, that's all it is.
Okay. Xanier is up. Xanier is again going to kind of break out the window. Phelan, you hear a window shatter to your left, and an elven voice, very gruff, yell, "Get down!" He takes a shot.
Can't get
You
much
do better
lower.
Xanier than Tom did.
Oh man, and that shot goes wide. His reposition did not go well.
Damn it.
See the bullet fly right over the creature's head.
Damn it, Tom!
We're pretty good at
Guys,
this.
this is just an all
Yes,
the
you're-
critical misses.
If you take damage again, if the creature stops being stable, and must start making death saving throws again if it takes any damage.
Okay.
So I start over though.
Yes.
You start over with 0 death saves.
Oh, thank God.
Got you. Okay.
That's clutch.
So, Eric
It's a
and
full action, though,
Dyrus.
to do that.
Dyrus,
I
you're
do
still
nothing,
down. You're
yeah.
unconscious.
I unconsciously dodge.
Right. Eric.
I just.
I'm sprinting.
Okay. Are you using dash, or are you just getting
Well,
back
this-
to the?
I think
That
one
would
move-
get you-
One
yeah.
move gets me there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you can.
So then with the one move, I'll use my last.
Get him.
My last spell slot, and magic missile him
Okay.
right in the back.
Level 4. I'm sorry. Level 1 magic
Yes.
missile.
Level
No, level 4.
But that's
yeah,
4
level four.
bolts.
It's 3.
3 bolts. Okay.
As many bolts as you want, that's over 4.
Oh, this one you rolled on.
6.
By the way, as I said, specify what
Alright, now
damage
you
is
go.
magic. This is
Yeah,
force.
that is a-
10 force damage.
Got you.
Cool.
These penetrate much deeper than even the bullets, hammers, and swords have been. Just
And I-
right into his
I
back.
look at him and go,
penetrate.
We're shooting these at the same time. That's why it's like penetrate deeper.
You have no
I think it's unsure.
Debatable.
as they hit him in the back, I go,
Fix it in post.
I have to try and think of like the one word version of it. You, me! That's it.
You know what? I think I'm on the same page as him.
That
And Dupree.
got a lot.
Gotta do it.
It's a good movie.
Garrett,
Nope. It's not. Terrible.
Take another
It's
strike.
Garrett,
This guy.
wow. Do whatever demon shit I think you can do
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
a
Proceeds to
23 to hit.
Hit. Demons don't feel radiant.
I was doing my own Wilson impression.
Radiant demon.
Oh.
Is that? Ooh.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
You gotta be a little bit higher, I think.
Oh wow.
There you go. That was Owen.
Wow.
You were at like a Luke Wilson. You gotta get up to Owen. You know.
9 points of damage and then 3 points to radiant.
3 points radiant. Okay.
So I'm assuming it's like 6 points of radiant or whatever it might be.
Okay. You're after the attack it gave you, where it clawed your chest and bit your shoulder. You seem to have no reaction as the hand just raises, slices right through. He goes down. Xander had done a little bit of work on that guy, but you finished it off. You do have a bonus action to move your hunter's mark if you'd like.
I will move it to the big red guy.
Big red guy. Got it.
And then I will swoop down and just land, not there, like, yes. Behind, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just land right there.
Dyrus.
What?
You guys see Moriana in the midst of battle while holding up her shield. Look down and see this half elf or full elf?
Elf.
Elf. Wood elf on the ground. She places her mace in her opposite hand, reaches down and touches you. You receive 50 hit points, so you're up to your maximum.
She is the coolest!
Can she give me
You
less?
don't love her more than me!
She doesn't know how much you have, so she was just like, this will be a good number.
That is
We don't!
super excessive.
Don't fight me.
Do I get any temp from that?
So there's a thing as overheal, right? It's totally
I
fine.
feel like your heart would
So
explode.
I
from
said,
that.
I'm like, so much. And I just look at my arms. I'm like, buffer. I'm like, what did you do to me? I didn't authorize this touching, but okay.
You float for a minute.
Is he back up?
He doesn't stand up yet. He would stand up on his turn.
Matt,
That would
you
be
see
his
the other
action.
Greek?
Um,
When he takes the
but
adrenaline,
if
one
I'm
shot.
correct,
Where's Dyrus?
Oh, wait.
I'm under Eric.
just give me a second. I need to
Because we
see
go
You can
together.
have all
who's
this
played a
Reseek.
paladin.
I did.
Play on
wait,
hands
no.
bonus action.
Never
No,
mind.
it's an
That's not
action.
me.
It's an
Action.
action.
It's an
Okay.
action.
So
I
then
just looked that up myself.
that's her turn.
Oh,
Phelan.
no. That's
Oh,
her
no.
whole turn, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's.
Damn.
Lay on hands is an
I
action,
needed 4
sadly.
seconds.
I was looking at it. I was like, to heal him if you couldn't get to him, but you got to him. I was like, all right, time to slice and dice.
But
I go
don't
to
know what
those in
do.
need.
She doesn't have a mace. She
Like,
has
I
a
just-
sword. That's right. It's
Yeah.
ebony and ivory.
Ebony sword. Yeah.
Ebony
yeah.
and ivory sword. Yeah.
You know, if I ever forget the Italian accent, as long as I do this,
It
get-
says the accent for you.
I haven't had to do the
Yeah.
accent yet, but
All
I've
right, so
already
what I want to
forgotten.
do is I want to move over
There
there.
you go.
As soon
Yeah.
as my hands do that, I start talking more Italian.
Hey!
I get a little louder and I become an asshole.
Hey.
Apologize to the Italian dude.
Oh, what an asshole.
I don't, but I'm sure somebody did.
Any of
No,
those I would
Italians are great people. I was
Yeah.
good. I forgot.
Hey, cannolis, right? Am I right? Come on.
13.
And then
I'm just filling the time because she's looking up the thing.
There were cannolis on it today.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that was terrible time filler.
Mhm.
Let's think about more ways of filling time for a minute.
okay.
Oh, you're talking about the
So
robber.
you brainstorm how to fill time
Dancing.
while we're filling time.
Dancing
Oh
is
my
great.
God, that's
Dancing
meta.
is good. We can think about dancing.
Less dancing. Less
Less,
dancing.
a little bit. There you go.
There we go. That's a
Yep.
good moment.
Well,
That's
actually, no. This would
What
be
about
a wonderful
drunk
time
girl
for us to
dancing?
sell one of our products that we've been trying
It-
to add to our website.
It totally would be. So what?
Oh, are we good?
Sorry.
Are you ready now?
All right, we're back.
I think I'm ready
No,
now.
you're good.
I think
Hold that thought.
I was flipping off the camera, not you.
Probably.
I'm getting the message. No, I'm kidding. So I'm going to.
Oh, I don't know where you are.
Oh,
She's in that mess.
use my
No, I don't know.
action
Yeah.
to wild shape.
Oh, okay.
That's an action, not a bonus.
No, it's an action for her because she circled the land.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Druids.
And I'm going to
Druids.
wild shape into a wolf.
I'll shape into a wolf. Okay.
A wolf.
I wish we had a wolf piece. I'll find
Christian?
one, but
Oh.
okay, you are wolf
Would
shaped.
this work?
No,
That's
no,
too big.
don't
I think that's
break it.
I'll find one.
Perfect.
I think
It's really big though.
Yeah, get the wolf over here.
Are we
Bro, what
not
about that
using
wolf?
our imaginations?
Imagination.
All right, fine.
I mean, but she's so
I know I have a wolf.
True.
Oh
It's
my
not that
It
big,
does
but
look ridiculous.
Wait,
I was-
It doesn't look ridiculous.
I want to admit immediately. I was wrong.
That is amazing.
Oh my god, what is happening? I am not.
Is this canon?
the person to admit.
Here,
that I got it
roll.
wrong.
I'll find it.
I got it
all
wrong.
right. Here.
I think that looks great.
So this is happening. No one's acknowledging the giant wolf animal.
So,
All right.
Alright. Oh my.
So I was not prepared to do that either today. So
That's a
Fair
spicy
enough.
meatball.
Sure.
we'll get that fixed up.
so
Do it live.
Thank you.
enemies 1, enemies 2. I'm sorry. So we have 2 of those left on the field. 1 attack on. Well, Moriana really didn't do anything except heal Dyrus. Leon kind of bull rushed in between both of them, so it's going to be 2 attacks on you.
Oh, they don't have to.
2 attacks on Leon. Neither of these guys are blinded. So that is a 16.
1 block.
19.
Whoa.
2 blocks.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now they both go for a bite.
What? They don't have to. You know they don't have to.
Is
You
that
Roll
good?
back a little.
13.
Fuck.
23.
Gets me.
Oh no.
Shit.
It's survivable.
So as you
Oh, God.
as you turn to the left and block the guy to your left, the guy to the right just comes up from behind, bites around the base of your neck, just both sides of your neck. And it's going to be 10 points of damage.
Down.
I mean, you only had 1. You didn't even roll.
So he grabs you and just kind of lifts you off the ground by the back of your neck. Slams you to the ground.
Animals in there
I
somewhere.
searched it already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think there was a wolf. That's probably the only
That's
one.
okay. We'll just use that one.
Yeah,
Maybe
That's
a
fine.
goat. I mean, it's close.
Wherever your paw is, your front right paw, that's the space you're in.
All right, fair
All right.
enough.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think I have one in my box. I just don't find
That's
my
all
box.
right.
That's all right.
It's,
Okay.
it's under the. It's in there.
We'll figure it out. We'll get
My
this.
2
In the
boxes, the black ones?
beyond.
Enemies
They're in
1.
that cabinet in there.
Oh, they're in the cabinet.
Yeah,
Wait, where do you keep your box?
Are they intimidated by the wolf?
you know.
Is your box-
He is actually not.
Um,
He, when you
I
turn
appreciate
into a
it.
wolf, you expect that to be kind of like an eye-popping moment. But this guy seems actually pretty accustomed to magic, and he just kind of narrows his gaze a little bit. He's going to make 2 attacks, one on Raucous, one on Wolflin.
wolf one.
Nice.
I like
Your
it.
AC is only
I thought Fey Wolf, but
Both good. Both good.
On Raucous, that's an 11.
It's an 11.
Yeah,
Does he
Miss.
like
gotcha.
scoff?
Rock,
And-
actually, you know
So
what?
bring us an 11.
Is Ruckus
On
insulted?
Phelan, that is a 16.
It hits.
Okay.
I, oh. Never.
And then
you want him to hit you?
I know it's.
so that's going to be 12 damage.
Okay, cool. So, well, no, doesn't matter about
I don't know,
that.
it's
So you
Oh,
hear...
wolf's gone?
Oh yeah.
That didn't last long.
So, you,
Hey, that saved her a hit.
It saved her. It saved her. Yeah.
so she just... Wolf?
You-
Not wolf.
Really? You had to make the sound?
Yeah, well,
It's heartbreaking.
No,
They filmed
I
an
forgot
I'm
to
gonna
do
see
that.
it. She's gonna die.
It was 1.
Oh, I
not
was
4,
getting
it was
attacked.
1.
Okay.
She has 4 HP.
Raucous.
Rocket's still blind rage. He's only swinging at this guy with everything he's got.
Is it reckless?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that guy still blind from that during that attack?
God, yes, he was. Hold on 1 second.
Blinded by
I have to
light.
remake both
Trying
of
to
those
save-
with
yeah.
disadvantage. So
Oh.
this is your dice. I mean, he's not going to much... No, his
He still misses.
11.
But it might have been
with
Kermit.
your
It
dice-
may have affected something.
No.
No.
25.
Okay.
Roll the-
25.
No, I'm sorry. It wouldn't go up. It
Fixed
would
it.
go down. It was still the lower value. 16 hit
Right.
That's okay.
you.
It's because the wolf medallion broke.
All right.
But you
So,
In
fixed
that
it.
instant?
We're good.
Raucous.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what is that?
Ooh.
What do you have?
20.
Broken chain.
But it's good though. Okay.
Wait, just tie it together. Oh. Surgery.
Surgery. What's happening? Oh.
Oh, but he had
Oh.
advantage against you
11.
because of reckless. It doesn't.
It
matter.
does.
Well,
Yeah.
not reroll.
It would have been
No, it
would
didn't.
have-
It didn't cancel
It
out.
would've
yeah.
just been the
It
first
would have
roll
been the first
anyway,
roll
so,
anyway. Yeah.
11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. All right.
He's still up.
He's still up.
He's still swinging.
We're feeling the same.
Get him!
He's gonna attack. He's still frenzied, so that lasts the duration of the rage. So we got 9, 14.
Miss.
Oh,
man.
Second attack again. This time, reckless.
Reckless
Okay.
attacker.
Think about what you're doing here. Oh, he's thinking about it. He knows
Oh,
what
it's
he's doing.
even worse. It's like 11. I don't even
You're a
count
little
it.
too
the
reckless.
risk I
on
took
these
was
attacks.
calculated, but
So
man,
these two he
I-
does not block with his hand, but he does. He uses the club to kind of parry the second and third shots off to the side. Leon, you're up. Make a death save. You do have to.
I really wish I could return the favor, but I've literally no way of healing.
Don't worry, I'll never forgive you. 11.
Hey, he's good.
11. You're good.
Wait a second.
Pass. I got a check mark.
Sanier, reload,
I'm invincible.
and then he said after 2 turns of that,
If Sayer gets the killing
He
blow
runs
from
away
the
and kills
guy,
himself.
now he was going to
Nailed
shoot
it.
at the guy up there, but he's gone, so he's actually going to shoot at the closer guy down here that is next to
Moriana.
Moriana and the downs.
Again, a good sharpshooter.
People.
Once you miss twice, shoot something else.
Oh, he did it.
Oh no.
That's a crit.
Yeah, that guy's
Nice.
probably dead. Maybe not.
Well, he's taking
It's
half the
resistant,
damage, so it's.
normal
yeah.
damage.
But he still gets all the sneak attack dice.
Yeah, but all of that is half.
Still
It's
half.
all piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Well, it's
still,
just
Yeah.
all regular at that point.
Yeah, so
Good
it's
thing
half
you
the
remembered
double.
sneak attack.
see, because the sneak attack dice also gets doubled.
Yeah, I
Not
know,
halved,
but-
so it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
So it's just.
What is
It's
it?
normal.
It's just
Level
straight
3,
roll.
it's still 2d6, right? Or is it 3d6?
That
It
guy.
should-
What?
Sneak attack for rogue. Level 3, 3d6 or 2d6?
2d6.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
I knew that.
I think
Even
it goes- I
still-
think it scales with the proficiency.
every
Even
two
still,
levels.
this guy raising his club to hit the downed Leon. Bullet right through the back of his head. Comes out his mouth. He drops.
Jeez.
Might have been happy if I actually saw
That
that.
guy, right there, yep.
Okay, yeah.
He's done.
He's dead. Dead.
And you
Don't
hear,
hit his family.
and you hear from inside the shop. Ha! Got him!
Tell me he texted.
You mean? God.
Got him.
No, I like the first way.
He texted that to you.
I think he would have said
No, he told me what he wanted to do during this fight.
I'd be surprised. I believe he
Big
texted you
Freddie
voice
Mercury
lines
guy.
too.
No.
Did you see that preview? Oh man.
Dyrus and Eric, you're up.
All right.
You notice that this guy has kind of ignored your call for you, me.
You're
I know.
insulted.
I
You
still
me, you
run
me,
my-
you me, me.
I still
He
run
texted
my,
you?
Okay.
my speed up to him. But unfortunately, he's still just outside of my reach.
He's just assuming
Okay.
he gets to go first, but whatever.
We go at the same time.
I thought you were unconscious on the ground, so I'm like,
Yeah.
are you serious? He gets
I
to go
wanted to
first.
do my
You're on
death
the
save
ground.
first.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use
Here's your-
Frostbite cantrip.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cantrip.
Nice.
So, Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, well. What do I have to beat? It's a 13.
That might be close.
I think that's.
It's a 12.
Oh!
And it doesn't take half damage either, because
No?
it's a cantrip.
Oh.
So you see, you cast cantrip on him, and the wings sort of start to freeze up at the joints, and he just shatters the ice that's
That's
kind of
Flexed
encasing
on you,
him.
man.
He's
He
flexing on all of
flexed
us.
on you.
Darius?
That dude is no joke.
That is no joke.
I just stick my sword in the ground, stand up with it, move into a more favorable position into fighting this guy. I look over and see Leon down. You there, to Mariana. Please. I don't know what you did to me, but please do it to him as well. If you can. And I take my...
Can you keep his attention?
Can I?
I'm
Probably
done.
not. I hold up the sword and I just try to pop him in the nose.
Okay.
Oh, my finger! Why did I punch a stone gargoyle?
Do I still get bless if I
Yes.
went down?
No, because you went down.
But it's,
Oh,
not, a,
bless
it's not
it.
a concentration, though.
It's not?
It's
If
just a
it's-
spell. Like, a spell doesn't go away once it's cast.
Oh, no. It wouldn't go away if it's not concentration.
Yeah, it's
so
not
it's still there.
concentration.
Okay, so
Oh,
then
thank
it's
God. I was really worried there for a second.
Okay,
But,
I thought of that.
I
Don't worry,
know
don't
if You're right.
because
You
I went down.
Right.
worry. Ooh,
That
that's
part I
true.
don't know.
I'll just take it away.
Alright, yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure I'm not.
I think
and I
that's
have
true.
advantage anyway from flanking, so
Yeah.
I'll just keep that. Alright, with the unarmed attack, that is 15 plus 5, 20 total.
You do need it.
Those are the highest numbers I've ever rolled with these dice.
That's true.
Notice what I
And
rolled
max
so far
damage
today.
of 7
It's
bludgeoning.
not good.
7 bludgeoning, okay.
Same.
Concentration. It is concentration.
Wait, what? Bless?
Yeah.
You're
Alright,
a
well,
liar.
I took it away anyway, so.
Oh.
Alright, so no one is blessed. But this guy is bopped in the nose.
Yes.
And I will spend my last key point as my bonus action to use patient defense and dodge again.
Gotcha.
It's indeed concentration.
But I'm trying to bop him so that he stares at me only.
No, I know you're
Yeah,
trying to.
okay.
You're trying to.
Antagonize.
You're trying to Muhammad Ali.
It's okay.
Float like a
Right.
butterfly.
So we're here to help you.
My
Please
sword
don't
is more of a
cast a
defensive
Right.
item than an offensive item,
So upset.
Poke me in the eye.
which everyone fails to realize about me. But my sword is a defensive item, not an offensive item.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You
They're
okay,
like, why aren't
bud?
you using that to hit
Oh,
people?
he's
And
dead,
I'm like,
that's
because
right.
it doesn't
No,
work.
No, he also just found out that plus
Bless
was
his
concentration.
concentration, so he's upset.
Garrett, you're up.
Alright.
I think he's also more upset at the fact that he might have broken the game by accident.
No, it's okay.
No, I know. Not broken the whole game. I'm joking.
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
I mean,
barely even
we're
came up.
now, right?
Yeah.
We got
Thanks for watching
It's
most
over.
of season 3.
I tried really hard, but
It like barely even came up, actually.
So I have
Yeah.
advantage on this because
Yeah, you're flanking.
Yeah.
Cool.
I understand tactics.
Let's go.
Leon, quit dying on us.
Same thing.
Dying.
Eyes flaring with energy, sword flaring with
Dying.
energy, wings flaring, everything. I'm just going to strike at this guy, everything I got. And that is going to be a 15 to hit.
15 just hits.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Oh, that was close. I got really nervous for a second there. As he is going to take
laughing at
Yes,
that?
I was gonna say, I
very
think-
good.
Okay, some CDPHD.
15 points of damage, plus the 3 radiant. So
15 total plus 3, or
15
damn.
plus 3, and then if however he's weak to radiant or whatever.
Got you, and he does not take. Okay.
Kill.
Slow.
This is out of character. Kill. Kill. Kill.
I was gonna say.
That's not a comment.
Oh.
We banned that comment.
A good chunk of him just
I don't care.
right out
Oh,
through the
one wing
chest.
off. Fuck this guy.
He's not feeling well.
Damn right he's not.
Would you say unwell?
That's the opposite of well, so yes.
Just a little unwell. I know.
Right now, you can't tell.
Stay a while and maybe you'll see.
Moriana
My insides.
Moriana sees that you two are kind
It's
of
gonna go a different jabroni. But
handling this last gargoyle over here. Just kind of takes her sword in her left hand, swings it. As she's walking past Leon, she just puts a hand down. 50 points of healing.
Bam.
That's all her.
That's her baseline. Like.
No, that's
I
all of
know.
her lay on hands.
I know. It's
Um,
5 per level, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 100 is the max you get.
Yeah.
She just dealt out 100.
Yep.
So, she is going to, and that was as she was walking past, and she just kind of walks up to this side.
Oh yeah, we got
That's
it.
ready. Phelan, you're up.
We don't know the purpose of these gargoyles being here, right?
You do not.
Other than they said we found it. That's the only. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the only thing we heard from them, really.
Founded Telvarok.
I don't know
Yeah.
what I was thinking about in the 8 turns before mine, but I wasn't thinking about this. Shit. What not to do when you play D&D? Sorry, Roettger.
Make die jokes.
yeah, what the fuck?
Die!
Might be able
I'm
to
about to die.
You could throw a shoe at him. I have heard shoes are powerful weapons.
I wasted it.
What is it? Don't
I wasted it.
You
Okay.
don't roll outside of your turn. It just ends up bad.
Oh, what?
Except for him, he can always roll outside of his turn.
So we came up with dancing, commercial breaks.
What was the
Murder.
commercial?
Alright, so something that I wanted to pitch for the website was
Sure.
the antler teeth.
Antler
Yeah,
teeth.
so in the woods, during the
Think you're done
season in which antlers
Are you
appear
good?
on animals, are you good?
Yeah.
Alright, so
all right.
These are great
You'll find out a little bit later.
distractions. Okay, don't forget to come back to this. I want to know about
No,
the
I mean,
antler teeth.
I do too.
Whatever.
I'm just as eager to find out as
Absolutely.
anybody.
I
He'll
don't.
be live
I
on our new
don't.
shop
I'll be
coming
honest.
soon.
So am I.
Okay.
He'll be live on our new shop soon, right?
I am going
The
to
merch shop.
Antler teeth.
try Flame Blade
Okay.
again. And
Yeah.
okay. And I'll
Smack some upside down.
since I think that this is attack on Yggdrasil, sorry, I'm going to roll and scream for Dario. Yay! 17.
She's
Please
back
let it
to
hit.
just like
Oh, it
annihilating
hits.
again.
17 plus 5, right?
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Woo! Plus 5.
It hit natural, but
Forgato.
That's not a word.
It is now.
Forgato.
meet me in Forgato.
That's my next car, the Forgato.
God damn it. I'm so mad.
It works.
So that's 3d6 fire damage.
I finally hit something. I forgot what to do.
I'm so excited.
She has.
Oh my god. All right.
She has more in the cup.
Yeah, you just don't see them.
Yeah, I don't see the cup.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, there we go.
9, 12.
12 fire damage.
He's dead, right? It's totally dead.
Magic fire, right? Is it magic
Yes.
fire?
It's definitely
Magic,
magical
comma, fire, comma, damage.
Enemies 2.
It lives!
He's a big boy, but you can tell he's rough. He's hurting. He's hurting. And at this guy right here is going to continue now. Well, no, because you tried to get his attention with a bop to the nose.
So now, clarification, I don't have Shield of Faith either anymore, right?
No, they're both concentrations.
Gotcha. Oh, that was the issue.
That's what I meant.
I see.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Okay, I still have my sword defense, so I'm okay.
Claw attack?
Yep, at disadvantage, I am dodging.
I'm a
Oh,
mage.
well, it's a crit miss, so.
Oh, well then.
Cool.
Bite attack at disadvantage because you're dodging. That's a 21 so far.
Hope that's not.
It's a 23, so
Oh.
21.
Okay, so if we... Yes.
Okay.
Can we just run the numbers? Yeah.
It's not bad. It's six piercing damage.
You say not bad, but that's half my health.
He's basically a commoner in health terms.
That's like if somebody had 100 health and you were like, oh, it's not bad, it's only 50 fucking damage. It's like, alright, well, I mean, it's pretty bad.
It's not bad. You're only 1 point from death.
And then
Bill's
that is his
character.
turn. Because there are no others. Enemies 1.
Oh, we're playing characters. That's double.
Enemies 1. Again, same 2 targets.
Straight on Roettger.
Is he blind or not?
Huh?
Is he still blind?
No.
Dang.
These are straight up attacks. First one against Raucus, then
With
against
advantage.
Phelan.
Can I use my inspiration dice to inflict disadvantage on both of them? Or one of them?
You can use your inspiration die to inflict disadvantage on one of the 2 attacks.
Okay.
Right now, you know. Well, you don't
You
know.
don't know.
No, but
Yeah.
I only see the small one and think that she's more of a threat, like more in danger,
But, okay.
and that's how I would look at it.
Okay. So he'll have
against Phelan is disadvantage.
advantage on you, disadvantage against
Excellent
you.
use.
Advantage attack first. Higher one is a 14.
Hits.
Oh damn. Okay.
He hits you.
And then disadvantage on you.
He's 21.
The lower one is a 7.
Man.
It doesn't hit me.
Gotcha.
That's what I was thinking about. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta. But
God, I hope
You got a bit of armor.
piercingly
You're
loud
about
for the
killing that guy, not protecting yourself.
Wow. Wow.
Please let him be
Bad,
loud.
right?
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah!
Wow.
Nothing!
Look at
Oh,
it.
they're trying
Look
to
at
go
it.
spirits
So,
like
He
that.
tickled you.
That's a lot of ones.
I took
Points
like
of
16 on one hit.
That could have been a total of 21.
Oh yeah, he is raging.
But it was 6.
Don't you get resistance?
Huh?
to bludgeoning?
Yeah, so he has
Yes.
resistance.
So you take 3,
So you only take 3.
okay.
That was a
Good
tickle.
call.
Wow.
That's like the huge benefit to raging.
Yes.
Is the resistance, yeah.
Tickled you real hard.
Resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and
Piercing.
piercing.
Yeah. Any physical non-magic damage.
More importantly, as soon as Raucus takes a hit,
Oh no.
while raging, he snaps his fingers. Hellish rebuke.
Oh!
Make a dex saving throw.
It's Dex for Hellish
It's
Rebuke?
dex.
Yeah, it's Dex.
I read it 4 times.
He's been waiting for this for 3
That's a
turns.
10.
That
That's a
I don't
fail.
know.
It would
Is
be.
it my dex or it's
No,
It would be
it's
spell
yours.
save DC.
it's the creature's dex, is it not?
Yeah.
No, no,
DC
it's, yeah, but it's
too.
against your
What's the
DC.
DC? What's it say?
You're 6'4"? Holy shit.
That's what you get.
This is so page.
Well, it says Christian was making dex save. Dexterity saving throw.
Look up Tiefling.
It's tiefling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a tiefling racial feat.
Would be my
I
charisma?
think. I think it's.
no
I
idea.
think it's his.
Yeah,
I think it's his
that makes
charisma.
I think it's because I look myself
spellcasting
in
modifier.
Tieflings do get
Yes,
plus 2
yeah.
charisma.
14.
Charisma
so
is your
that- so I
spellcasting
hit.
ability mod. Is
So
your.
that hits, so it's gonna be 2d10.
Oh, baby.
2d10?
Oh,
Hold on,
baby.
because it's.
That is a
it's
D8.
8 plus
it
your
looks like.
proficiency plus your charisma modifier.
Finish
Is your-
So 10 plus whatever his
Is it
charisma.
10 or is it 8 for
It's 8 plus
DC.
plus proficiency, which
Yeah.
is 2, so 10 plus
10 plus
what's
2, so 12.
so 12. So yeah,
Yeah.
so 10 fails.
Yeah. So your DC is 12 for Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
For now, until you upgrade.
Until you
yeah.
upgrade your charisma if you want.
Or at
How's it
proficiency.
12, not.
Because it
14.
starts at 10 plus the 2 and then plus your proficiency.
Correct.
Oh, so it's 14.
No.
No, starts at 8.
Starts at 8. Starts at 8. Yeah, he misspoke. Yeah.
I know 10 plus 4. I got that one.
I didn't say I was great at math, but I know that one.
Ooh!
16.
16 blood.
That
Double
was
eights.
a wall.
And that's fire damage.
That's fire, right? Oh,
Double
baby.
eights.
Tell me how you kill him.
Well, hold on.
So
Do you kill him?
exciting.
That's a good question,
wanna kill him?
actually.
Oh, I'm in fully enraged.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm on fire, and I unflinchingly watch him burn to death.
Got you. So,
Straight Lucifer.
as he did to you earlier when he caught your club, he brings the club down onto the side of your head thinking it's going to drive you into the dirt, and you catch it.
My leg is going
And
crazy.
you
right now.
reach
I'm
out
so
and you
excited.
touch his arm, and you just see fire wrap around his arm and just start carving into his body. It goes into the wounds and gashes and bullet holes that have already been cut, and then eventually you just see fire start spewing out from every orifice, out of his mouth, ears, eyes, before he goes limp and falls back to the ground, smoldering, cindering.
We are so cool.
We are.
I love that you described
Guys, I
it.
wasn't worried for a second.
Man, so
I was
now,
worried for several.
this guy, this is still happening?
That guy is there, and you see him.
Your turn.
You see him.
That was my reaction.
Yeah.
You see him turn and turn and look at you now, with fear in his eyes.
And I
He is definitely afraid.
I have 30 feet, so
Yeah.
2, 3,
Picture just jumping this for some reason.
5. So,
You're within range.
What's
yeah,
up?
because he's technically
Yeah.
Beat him!
I think he means this.
Like just
Oh.
Yeah, like
now,
he's
would that
in
be
it,
considered
like-
flanking?
He's
Do I get
he's
advantage?
commenting on the game.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, so I have to be like right
Yeah, you would have to be on the opposite side of
Okay.
another character
Alright.
piece.
We believe in you after that.
I don't even like those rules of fire. I feel like that's so lame.
Yeah, that's
20.
easy.
Yeah, like we're surrounding this guy.
I know, right? Like,
I feel like if you're flanked by one, you're flanked by them all at this point. Remember. But that would also in turn.
13.
I've always thought it was if they're being flanked, then everyone has advantage in melee.
but no, it's only if
Is
there's
it
just two
pure bludgeoning,
flankers.
Or is there fire damage involved?
I
No,
think it's
just
everyone else that's
bludgeoning.
melee with them.
Look that up. I don't think that's right.
Oh, I got the book.
So
He
it's
is.
going to be that, and then I'm still in a frenzy, so
Why
I'm
I
going
asked
to use
you.
my bonus action as well.
With your first
guy.
attack, you bring the hammer down on his head, and you just hear a and you look, and his jaw
Because
is
Sean,
now
we're
off.
talking about pack
It
tactics.
skitters across the floor, and he's
Nice.
just
So I don't know if that's right.
staring at you. He is barely clinging to life.
Dead.
Rockets doesn't flinch. I
Okay.
flinched. I went.
Are you gonna get that?
Rockets would point though. I feel like.
Ooh.
10.
Miss. So with your second attack, you're kind of like, ew.
Is it
You
right?
just kind of.
And that was going to be reckless.
Oh yeah, he's been reckless this whole time.
No, you can go.
Well, you have to say it before the attack. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's all.
I just assumed because
Yeah.
he was in that
Oh, that's
state.
fine. All right.
Flanking is not in here.
Really?
Really.
Shocking.
I think it might
Oh,
be
is that our
different.
armor?
I think that was a
No,
4E
I don't-
holdover
no,
that
I
we kind of
choose
held.
reckless when-
Right.
No, they use it on
Decide to attack reckless.
like Critical Role and stuff.
I
so
think
it's
that's
gotta
just
be in
home
there.
home ruled.
Alright.
Maybe
I don't
it's
think
also
it's-
in Pathfinder that they took over too.
Yeah.
Possible.
I have to say
It doesn't make
before
sense
my
for it to
first
not
attack.
be a thing.
That's why I
Right.
couldn't
You
do
know,
it.
because it should
No, I
be.
didn't.
So.
Either way, we're doing it.
Yeah,
Towers.
fuck it. We'll do it live.
Leon.
Oh, I'm gonna bop him in the boopities.
And Leon stands up.
I was faking it.
Smack him.
You thought I was dead?
I'm just gonna roll both attacks then, because I'd just come back down if I missed with the upswing. Okay. I believe they're both hit. Lower one is a 19.
Hit.
Hey,
Both hit.
9 damage.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. With this last attack. Yes. How do you want to kill this one?
These are like monsterish things, right?
These are so they're constructs. They're animated constructs.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever type of magic that created them is kind of what guides them, and you can tell by the way they're acting maliciously. They're pretty bad creatures.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Evil.
Stone demons, kind of.
Essentially, yeah.
Say no more. So I smack out one leg so his face falls forward, and right where he removed his jaw, I smash back up with the mace.
Okay.
Oh, so you correct his jaw.
Yeah, I gotta fix it. I'm also a dentist.
Oh,
So
okay.
while you're still on the ground,
Well, you
actually,
need antler teeth.
while you're still on the ground, you just swing the hammer to the right and catch his knee, and then as he's coming down, you just flip over, whap, come up underneath, and you see the top of the head just kind of split in two as he just falls to the ground. There's this big fissure running down the face, about 4 or 5 inches before it reaches the open portion of the mouth.
Oof.
And with that, he collapses. And you guys look around. In your immediate area, it seems quiet. You look to the skies, and you can see those creatures that were kind of circling around, landing in different parts of the village. You can see they're now retreating into the distance. West.
East?
No, east. I'm sorry, east.
West.
The other
To
east.
the west.
East. East.
To the est.
And that is it. You guys are out of combat for right now.
Cool.
As soon as we get out of combat, I run up to this one and jump into the air, take my dagger and slam it into his skull.
Okay.
He's
This
still on
is
fire, I believe.
he's smoldering.
Yes. Okay,
essentially. He's like recently out charcoal. There's smoke coming off. He's very brittle. As you bring the dagger down onto his face, it just kind of caves in, and you can see that most of the inner material has kind of faded away. Now it's like Rock has hollowed him out from the inside out with fire almost.
I look down at him and I go, I said me!
Got him. Just really quick, what was her name again? That healed me?
Moriana.
Morana Thorn.
I'm still enraged because
Stocky elf lady.
So
Right.
I'm gonna assume that there's like 30 seconds left,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna storm. And Leon got the final blow, correct?
Leon did, yes.
So Rock is still has not spoken since going enraged. He's gonna storm off and walk kind of like through Leon.
Okay. So as he's
Clearly shoulder bumping him, like Dr.
Yeah.
Cox.
It's just kind of like it kind of hits you from the side as you turn, like ready to strike again, and you just kind of see Raucus walking off. He's got his hammer, holding it, this big giant maul essentially in one hand, just kind of lumbering off in this direction.
Hey, Raucus, what's wrong?
And these are all buildings. Or,
Correct.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be walking away. I'm gonna go to. I want to eventually get to, I guess, the side of one of these other buildings to be
And
alone.
then he calms
Okay.
down.
So if you want, you can take like your way down an alley here, like right here, or you can walk this way, like more towards a secluded
I go
alley.
down the alley, and then they hear like the sound of breaking things.
Okay.
Oh.
Things, yeah.
Oh.
Like stone cracking from the like you. Okay.
Like, I'm
Gotcha.
just going.
You're just working it out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're
the-
just raging.
The wings last for a minute also, so then with one final flash, that you see them curl up, and then the shadows just vanish.
That sounds like a whole
The eyes are
mess
still
of things.
the eyes are still flashing, by the way, but everything else,
Oh, what am
the
I
rest of the
doing?
energy has dissipated.
My whistling also stops.
Yeah, it's duly noted.
Xanier
Only my eyes are still glowing bluish white.
exits, kind of walks into the center. What the hell was that all about?
Well, you see, these giant monsters, they started attacking us, so we took care of them.
Yeah,
Leon.
no, I got that part.
Leon.
Oh, you seem confused.
Yeah.
Leon, we need to check the rest of the town, make sure everyone else is okay.
Oh, good point.
Must leave. Maybe more coming.
Explain yourself.
Exactly why we can't leave.
You,
Vrock here. Must leave.
Birdman, explain yourself.
Vrock here. Must leave.
Who is this Vrock?
Stone person.
Garrett, I think you need to ask
Stone bird man.
yes and no questions.
What are you trying to ask them? I don't know. I'm a little confused.
If they're here for you, then we need to leave immediately.
Are they here for you?
Maybe.
Maybe. He says maybe.
He knows maybe?
Yeah.
Anyway, just hold on. And I start just bolting this way as fast as I can. Whichever way is into town. I'm not sure exactly where. would
So
be, but-
where are you trying to get to?
Somewhere where there's guards that know what's going on, just to kind of make sure everyone else is in the... like, there's no other place where there's an organized attack going on.
Got you. Okay. That's kind of what Moriana's doing as well. So if you wanted to follow her, you could.
Yeah.
But
Well, a different direction, because I assume she's got that way covered, clearly.
sure.
Not that I'm going
Well,
to do
it's
much,
kind
but I
of
gotta
a,
make sure.
it's kind of a roundabout around the base of the tree.
Okay.
So essentially, you can go left if you want to, where she's going right.
I'm going to go the opposite of her.
Okay, yeah.
Until I see a guard, and then...
Fair enough.
Go.
So you guys watch Dyrus kind of make his way, run off throughout town. Moriana making her way this way.
Hold on. Garrett, are you good? You were seem to have an episode or something.
I don't answer. I just, I'm. What? 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 What I just look at you. The whitish blue still burning in my eyes.
Okay, so he's having a tantrum. You're brain dead. I don't know what's going on with you. Is anyone sane here that I can talk
Cleric!
to? Yes.
I am.
Well, you ran off into town.
My words are wasted.
I don't know if you make my shield into the stool really quick.
Yeah.
And pop
Oh,
it
you
out and
talk.
sit down and
Oh, yeah.
get some good berries in my hand.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna sit down on my stool and generate some good berries.
Thank you.
in response to Leon, just going to say, your words are wasted. We mobilize immediately. Stop wasting time. And I just walk off.
I was trying.
Jesus.
This is creating more confusion. This is the
Get
opposite of
to moving!
where we don't even know what's going on.
I start walking down.
Oh my god!
At about this point,
I'm going to the hospital.
At about this point, Raucous, you kind of regain control of your facilities after about 30 seconds.
Okay.
And you just kind of come to.
Do I see him as I walk by the alley?
Make a perception check, because you weren't really looking in that direction as to where he went off.
19.
Okay. You're not trying to be like stealthy at all.
No, I was
Oh, okay.
literally just breaking
walls,
walls,
shattering
screaming,
so as-
blind rage.
As you walk past, you look
Stealthily.
down the alley to your
No.
left, and you see Raucous. There are some heavy sunken divots into the ground, as well as some fair amount of damage to the stonework on either side of these buildings here. And you just kind of see him, the fire no longer burning in his eyes, and he's just kind of...
I'm going to call out. They call you Raucous, correct? Are you well?
I'm fine.
Good. We need to move.
I'm sitting on a stool right here, by the way. If you want to come up to me.
Are you
After they're
eating
done?
berries?
Yeah.
I actually walk up and open my hand.
Your talon.
Yeah. One or two.
My claw.
One or two. Two.
I'm going to make my way around and see if any one of these
By the way,
creatures
good berry gives you 1 HP.
are still around.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh. Never
If
knew
these,
that.
It never became. It was never a
these
thing.
other people actually
I
moving,
need them.
I know.
see if you can acquire some horses.
Sure. Horses.
And I'm going to continue. I'm going to go around like Dyrus and
Gotcha.
Oriana.
You guys can all, everybody who's like searching town for more fighting, you can make perception checks.
I'm going to look to me.
That's a 1.
Leon, you want to
not
come
good.
up?
I was gonna
It's a
consult
hot
this
one.
group.
I had a 6. A 7.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. So it does not appear that there's any more fighting going on. The guards are still standing within the city. They seem to be checking on civilians, putting out a few fires that were started fairly quickly. You do see that there were some casualties.
I don't see anything. I rolled a 1.
It's fairly obvious. I mean, you're walking down the middle of the street and
I
they're
was
laying
hoping.
there. But no, you do not see
Nothing to see here.
any sort of issue. You walk past the Temple of the Weeping Woman, and you see that it is still standing. The structure's integrity is intact.
I'm going to double check inside and see if anyone or anything is inside.
When you look in, it appears there are people there who were caught in the middle of morning prayer. As you kind of poke your head in, there are a few gasps as they see this being now with blue-white flaming eyes step in. Actually, something's going to happen then. We'll get back to that in a second.
Yes.
You walking around, you do see...
Can I say I picked up my bolo before I left? Because I had to pick that up.
You mentioned earlier
so-
you wanted to
Yeah.
do it, so sure. But just try to remember next time.
Yep. I had it written down. I just
No, yeah,
each
you
turn.
mentioned that you wanted to do it. So.
Wow, you're breaking the
Breaking the game,
Oh,
man.
yeah, Mr. Double Concentration.
while unconscious.
While unconscious.
There is a feat you can take to do double concentration.
It's the Leon feat.
That's
That's what I'm
That's
gonna take.
Sorcerers can do it anyway.
It's from the
Twin
Pandora
spell.
guide.
So yeah, from what it appears, the attack has been thwarted for now. As you're walking around, because you were doing a full lap, you kind of meet Moriana Thorne on the other side, and she just kind of addresses you. She goes, "Anything over there?"
A couple casualties, unfortunately, but Seems like they're all gone. On your side?
A few more of those casualties, but nothing in particular.
Did you see Altherius?
Not at the moment, no.
What about Karis?
Karis I saw, yes, she's fine.
She's okay. Alright. Keep an eye out for Altherius. I'll do the same. I'm gonna make my way back now, unless there's anything you need from me.
I'm going to the Temple of the Weeping Woman.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She kind of turns and on her heel and walks away.
And as she's walking away, I just kind of... Moriana,
Head over the shoulder, looks back at you.
I literally owe you my life. If there's anything you need, please.
You owe me nothing. My life is in service of South Dawn and the Rune... my life is in service of Everseed and the Rune Mother. Should you owe anything, you owe them. She turns and walks back.
And then then I do owe them. I'm actually gonna run.
Even there.
I'm actually gonna go towards the infirmary.
Okay.
Check on, see if Vander actually did leave. Check on Belgamine and the mother, her daughter, and Minx.
Gotcha.
Or her son, I believe, was their mother, her son. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So whenever I get there, it's not gonna take time.
Okay, so it'll take some time to get there. We're actually going to take a break real quick.
Oh, okay.
Because we're an hour 20 in. I'm sure some people need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta poop.
We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, guys. Hang out, stay tuned. Thank you again for joining us. We'll hear a little bit more about antler teeth.
It's gonna be fun.
And then we're probably going to get into some heavy stuff. This is exciting and fun. I'm liking this.
I'm
All right.
excited.
Good job in that fight. I didn't think you guys were going to be okay. we're back.
Hello.
Can we just real quick?
What?
I hear the chat's asking about this.
We got to know what antler teeth is going on. Like, what's going on with antler teeth?
Are you asking about antler teeth?
I need to know.
It's the hottest product that our website's going to offer.
We have a website?
Well, that
We
is
have a website now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
that is
We
true.
will
It's
to sell some more antler teeth.
It's TheCriticalMiss/antlerteeth.eu. It's a European website. Copyright laws.
Right,
It's
right.
complicated.
Yeah.
But can you tell us what they do?
All right, so we, during hunting season, dress up like deer
Uh-huh.
and then go around the woods and collect antlers.
Is that what we were doing?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we were doing. You were doing some other thing. There was a lot of squirrels dead afterwards. I don't know what you were doing exactly.
Wait,
Taking out
there
the
were
problem.
These are fine.
But
As I
there's
mentioned,
always a head and a butt to every deer costume. So who was the outcast?
well,
You know.
he was the lookout.
Oh, okay.
He was the hunter.
Make sure you guys didn't get shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he failed.
Hunting the hunters.
Yeah, we came back with the three of us.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But we did
Bobby
get a
slept.
bunch of
That's where the
antlers.
interns
Right.
come in.
Yes.
so
We do miss Ryan.
so you guys know how like the jaws of life are a thing?
And intern too.
You guys know how like the jaws of life help you open cars? Well, antler teeth are kind of similar. What do they do again?
Well, no, actually, they don't help open cars at all.
No.
They're
There's
just
some
false
kind
teeth
of
made
right.
of antlers. It's disgusting.
So it's kind of similar, is what
It's
I was
very
saying.
literal.
Yeah.
You can use them
You
to
can use
open
them
car
on
doors.
cars. They will break.
So
Have you ever been smiling and just thought, I want fucking janked up, fucked up teeth that just
Round.
spread out in all different
Yeah.
directions?
All the time.
And I can never close my fucking mouth because they're just enormous?
Yeah, like as if they grew on an animal in the woods.
Then we've got the perfect product.
But when
That's all.
Wait,
but
they
when
don't
people
grow-
see them, they will say, "Wow."
They will say wow.
You will get a couple Owen Wilsons in there. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgot.
A caller was calling it?
Oh,
What was
hey.
that? How much do they cost? Way too
Nope.
fucking much.
Way too much.
Yeah, these
Well,
berries-
you have to also realize it is cost of labor as well. It's very expensive to go out there,
Yeah.
dress up. The deer costumes alone are like $2,000. So
It's 17
know.
easy payments of $99.95
Right.
per antler.
right. Of course. I mean, per
and the
annum,
down
of course.
payment of like I don't know. How much you got?
That's the trick. Whatever happens to be in your wallet at that moment, that's the down payment.
That's what you get.
But they are selling like hotcakes.
That's
So-
right.
They're moving
If
fast.
hotcakes were
They're not selling at all.
fake antlers that you would put,
If they're not
real
selling at
antlers
all,
that you would put in your mouth.
Why did I spend? I'm so sorry. I totally squashed you.
It's okay.
It looks just like that, actually, yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That looks terrifying.
Antler teeth.
Right.
Oh.
Now, who wouldn't want that is my question.
Most sane people, and those people suck. So buy antler teeth and don't suck. There you go. Now let's play D&D.
Now back to Burwell.
Wait, we had one more caller?
Flash incoming commercial with another commercial. That was from an anime on the SAC called My Hero Academia, episode 1 of the SAC. Check that out.
Shut this guy down! Shut this guy down!
On Sundays.
We didn't authorize this!
Sundays.
Get sacked!
Now
Anyway.
the Critical Miss is going to get shut down by Sony.
Shit, they're at us again.
And Burwell.
Fucking Sony hates us, man.
Hey, DM, where did the dragons come from? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I
Those were flavor text dragons.
They
Those
swooped
were-
in with screensavers.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Those are screensaver dragons.
Swooped is a
All
strong
right.
word.
So,
So let's get back into this. And my first question is, can I go to a shop and buy some fucking antler
it was
teeth
a no.
already?
no.
Okay, all right.
Because they don't exist.
No, yeah, they don't.
Wow.
You would be lucky.
I mean, you shoulder bumped me before. I'm still
That
upset
was
about
Raucous
that.
to Leon. That
You can't
wasn't Nikolai to Christian.
I felt it. It was a powerful shoulder bump.
Body fluid.
It transcended game.
Are you
Two body
asking
fluid,
for a
please?
buff? Body?
Make that
Yes.
the
Asking who?
General.
Oh,
Drink
I just don't. I
Drink
wasn't sure who you were.
Drink, please.
that's-
So,
My priestess of drinks.
I tried.
Are none of them in there?
we are going to
No, that's
Oh,
fine.
you want a cold one?
That's wise.
Chilled body fluid?
Have
join.
a chilled body fluid? Oh.
Me.
We're going to join Garrett currently at
It's me.
the Temple of the Weeping Woman. Garrett, you step inside. You go in. Like I said, there's a few gasps initially as you walk in, and these white flaming eyes are sort of staring and peering around. You take a step in, and the first thing you notice as you start to walk towards the back, you step through almost. It feels like a bubble in the air almost. As you walk through, it sort of stops your movement for a second, but you pass through without issue. You take a couple steps closer. Now you can see the group sort of huddled in the corner, one of the younger elves kind of looks up at you. Are the gargoyles gone?
Yes, you're safe.
Thank Andariel. And they sort of start to like hug each other and breathe a sigh of relief now that they know the attack's over.
Does anyone look injured in there, or?
No, it appears as if there was no entry into this area. It appears they were unassailed by the force. But what you do notice is the older woman in the corner, very, very old elven woman, clutching her necklace. And as she kind of looks up and sees you finally, her head cocks to the side for a moment. And that bubble around them sort of dissipates. And she, oh my, sorry, it's been a long time since I've used magic that powerful. Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Saria Rune Mother. I am the leader of this area, the Everseed. And your name?
Varus.
I'm sorry, I didn't actually catch that.
Varus.
And she kind of takes a step closer to you and looks back at everybody else and then kind of leans in close to you and she goes, mistletoe and ash. I've smelled that scent before. You're a champion, aren't you?
I am.
And things are more in dire straits than I believed. Does anybody else know?
I think for now they may have inclinations about something being a little off. What can you tell me of these creatures?
They came almost a year prior, a little more than a year prior. They stole the arcane focus crystal of our teleportation circle and slaughtered several of our townsfolk before making their retreat. The High Council is aware of them. They make roosts. They make their roost in Valentrost under the leader Dragmir Valen. He is a warmonger, seeking to essentially disrupt the tenuous peace that exists here in Hyleria. I'm losing the accent because it's very hard to do this and Xanier.
What was the name again? Sorry, just...
The name of...
The guy.
Dragmir Valen. Dragmyr.
M-Y-R.
Dragmir.
The Russian.
She's
cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not know what their goals are. But for them to have returned, they must have had a reason.
And they sought not to extinguish this problem because?
It's a tenuous relationship, as I said. The High Imperator believes that if we were to go to war with Valentrost, that the dwarven kingdoms would side with them. And then they would lose their foothold completely in the north and the northeast. Afterwards, there would be no one to protect the people of South Dawn, or the people here in Everseed. Luckily, we've been somewhat capable of protecting ourselves, so it's not too much of an issue. Why? Why have the champions returned?
It's an issue I'm trying to figure out as well. There are things even I don't know, and I don't know why.
Suffice to say, whatever reason you have to be here, I don't think that whatever Dragmir is doing in Valentrost is unrelated. I would tread carefully and make way to South Dawn post-haste.
That is my plan.
The people you entered town with, or your other entered town with.
Reliable fighters in their own rights, I can see.
I would do my best to stick with them. I've seen visions, as I've told one of the other ones who came here.
Which one?
The small one, Phelan.
Yes.
I believe your destinies are intertwined, at least for the moment. So, it is my recommendation that you stick with them for as long as you can.
What do you know of the Aarakocra they brought in? They seemed particularly interested in him. And heed him.
Not much. Only that he's giving off a very powerful arcane aura. Not familiar to me. Most likely familiar to his home plane. It may be why none of the other people around him have felt it. I have seen others of his kind before, and they bear trace remnants of that same energy, so I'm assuming that it is something to do with his home plane.
I fear that maybe they may choose to track that, if possible.
I fear so as well. You all should make preparations to leave. Before you go, I will meet you at the entrance to the town. I have something that may aid you, at least for now.
We'll be prepared by the mid-afternoon. Because what time is it right now? It's like morning.
Yeah, it's roughly 10:30, 11 a.m.
Yeah, so I'll tell mid-afternoon.
Fair
We'll be
enough.
at the front gate.
Thank you for your service in protecting Everseed. And I wish you luck in whatever journey you have.
Thank you.
And she turns and this conversation happens sort of as you guys were walking towards the entrance away from prying ears. So she turns back and sort of leaves you at the entrance to go. As you walk out, you see Moriana Thorne enter, kind of look you up and down.
I do the same.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
She just kind of moves past, walking in towards the Rune Mother. And you walk out onto the street.
Yeah, I'm going to start heading back, see where everyone's at in those preparations I asked them to do, because they're totally doing it.
In the meantime, during that, we had Raucous. You had been told by Garrett or asked by Garrett to go look for horses.
Yep.
No, I think he was told, not asked.
Actually, and I just said sure. I rolled a 7 as a perception.
Got you. It's not that hard to find. You saw the stables when they were coming in. They were right close to the entrance of town. And also Garrett had spoken with them yesterday, so there is, I believe you guys asked for horses and a carriage?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a team of 2 horses in front of this large, what looks to be about 6-person carriage, kind of slated off to the side by the entrance. And as you approach, again, very swarthy man, long hair, sort of a beat-up t-shirt. I don't think you were there when he was speaking with Garrett last night. Yeah, you were at the tavern. But he has kind of, it's a very, very, like beat-up, dirty shirt, ripped, kind of, not well-kempt. Looks like he works with horse shit all day. And he just kind of greets you. Hello?
I understand we have an agreement with the cowboy.
Oh, yeah. Came by yesterday. Good kid. Horses right over here. Carriage. Paid for already, I believe, so you're good to go.
I did not pay for it.
Oh, then
Yeah.
not paid for. I think the total was 150. Yeah.
That's what the total was, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, got you all ready to go. Just need your payment.
Payment, he didn't handle that?
Not yet. He said you would all handle it today, so if you don't have it right now, that's fine. Just get it together, come see me. Whenever you're ready, they're ready to go.
How much is it?
It's 150.
What? Okay.
Like gold?
Gold copper. 150 copper?
Like $1.50.
150 gold. That pays for rental of horses for a 4-day trip to South Dawn, as well as feed, use of the carriage, everything else, and retrieval fee for the stable in South Dawn that's going to have to ride this thing back for another 4 days.
Will you use that gold to buy yourself a new shirt?
Probably not.
I'll be back.
They tend to get ruined as you walk away. So you head away. At this point, you said, where were you going?
Infirmary.
Infirmary. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we'll get there. Does anybody else have anything they want to do that I can prepare for while I'm running through that?
As far as I'm aware, we're having a good berry feast over here in our little threesome.
So you guys are having a threesome.
In our three-way.
We're not having a threesome.
Phrasing.
I'm sitting on my stool. I made the good berries because I'm not feeling so great.
Okay.
But I was hoping to jump up and remember, oh crap, like the Rune Mother, and head that way. Not because of the conversation you guys had, but
Sure. No
I
problem.
swear to God.
Okay.
So I was probably saying something useless as usual, and mid-sentence you leave, I assume.
Yeah. Me?
Did you see how I bopped? Okay, you're gone.
Everyone is just leaving.
And now it's just you and
All right.
No, it's just
So it's me and the only sensible person left.
I come back to my stool.
How use? We leave?
We leave now.
Where are we going? Everyone's running off in 8 different directions. No one's taught. No one even convened before we did any of this. We're just like, do things. I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna wait here till they get back.
At this point, Raucus kind of moseys up behind you guys. We need 100.
Flyers are coming back.
That was a complete thought. Keep that going.
We're on to something.
Who's Stonefire?
Flyer.
Okay, we've regressed. He flies, or
I point at one of the dead gargoyles. Stone Flyer.
that right there, Stoneflyer. Him.
I point at the other one. Stone Flyer.
They are all. Gargoyle. They're gargoyles.
Stone Flyers.
We're
Sure.
gonna need 150 gold for these horses. Does anybody else know about this?
Huh? What horses? I wasn't even told about horses. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see this?
I hand Raucus an apple.
I love the genuine Nicholas.
All right, but wait, the stone.
It's good apple.
Do you know where these stone flyers came from?
Where'd this apple come from?
That is a valid point.
That's a bad
At this point, Xanier actually walks up to the conversation as well and goes, Valatrost.
Valatrost.
Earth plane.
The one.
Right, that, but more specifically, Valatrost.
Valatrost on Earth.
Earth plane.
What does Valatrost have to do with this place here?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, you.
I
sound
just
like
know
you-
that's... So, the guy who runs Valentrost, his name's Dragmir Valen. He's a wizard. He created these things as sort of his army. And then when the Imperium told him, hey, you can't have a living army full of constructs, he said, fuck you, I'm leaving.
I would have done the same.
He left the High Council.
Yes, we leave now.
He started a war. He started a war with the Hohenheim, the land of Hohenheim, and then that's about it. He's been trying to recruit the dwarves to their cause, but if gargoyles do some fucked up shit, it's Valentrost.
So, you know what? This sounds like a big thing.
Oh yeah, this is way over all of our heads, and I'm in the military, so.
Oh. so you can get us into this.
Into what?
Like, you're in the military, like, you're going to be fighting them, I assume. Because they sound like some bad deal.
This right now was a declaration of war.
Oh.
If I've ever seen one.
Oh, okay. Let me just drop off Lady Beltmean, and then I'm down for this war.
He just attacked a protected city where one of the leaders is a member of the High Council of Hyleria. Yeah, this is war.
Pretty deliberate.
Especially with the way Damat's been acting.
War.
What's it good for?
Yes,
Nothing.
war.
Yes. War. Where do you...
Stone Flyers. War.
These are words. You're saying words in a row, which create a sentence. Can I talk
He's
to
saying
you?
that he's at war with the Stone Flyers.
Okay.
You're talking
I just
bibbity
pointed him.
bobbity half the damn time. You don't
Hey,
understand it.
don't. Those are important words of my heritage. Okay.
I wish I was here for this conversation.
Birdman.
Bibbidi-bobbidi.
What else do you know?
Reek.
It's boopity. It's not. Never once said bobbity. Don't call me on it.
No.
You never heard it. Shut up.
I don't know what he's
I've
talking
never
about.
used the word bop before in my life. I'll bop you, I swear to God.
Hey, if you think I did, I'll bop you
Say
one.
that one more time and I'll bop you.
We have to go because more are coming, right?
Maybe.
Will they be as strong?
Stronger. Vrock strongest.
Well, we almost lost 2 people. And we didn't fight their best, apparently.
You know, I'm tired.
We should listen to the Birdman and get out of here.
Vrock no here. We must leave.
That's the smartest thing I heard you say all day. Let's go get the others.
Why do I make the most sense out of all of this?
Because it's literally the simplest thoughts.
Yeah.
That's why. Because you literally are saying the simplest thing, which makes the most sense.
It's funny though, because
The more complex we get, the
Around.
less it makes sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the infirmary that you were mentioned to, you see your compatriots over here.
Oh.
Because it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
the infirmary was very close. But you did your lap, so
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
coming back. You see Phelan actually heading off this way because that's the direction towards the.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
I wasn't sure which way.
That's fine. Actually, no, it is from this way because
Yeah,
you came
I
in
said
from
that.
this way. So
Yeah.
Okay.
you're coming from this way.
Okay.
You see Phelan heading down that way. You see Garrett is not here. Garrett is coming from this way.
He's floating around somewhere.
Yeah. You see your
Literally.
allies come past.
No, not anymore.
You see Xania here. And then as you make your way in, this wouldn't make sense. We'll just, yeah, fuck it. Okay. So Xania was not in this building. Xania was not in that building. He was in the next building over.
Sure.
Fix this in
That's fine.
post.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what I said.
As you walk in, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ninjas.
Oh shit, ninjas.
Ninja attack.
GG.
I call this one. They're always with
20.
gargoyles.
20. Okay, you all notice this as well.
Unnatural.
You all notice this as well because as you enter the room,
I do have my sword out in a defensive position.
that's fine. The attack goes wide anyway.
Okay.
As you walk through the doors, a pot about this big, almost like an urn or a carrying vessel, just comes streaking past your head, clatters to the ground on the outside. You see this like dust kind of into the air, and you kind of get defensive and at the ready, and you look back and you can see the first thing you see immediately is Vander. Vander is. He has the beds from the infirmary turned sideways so that there's only one entrance towards like the back of the place. He is standing in that entrance with a bunch of shit at his side,
Right.
like ready to throw. Behind him is Belgamine, Minx, the woman and her child, and the healer from the temple.
Okay.
It appears at first glance that he was protecting them.
Okay. I just look at the pot, look back, close the door.
Okay.
I walk over.
Jesus Christ.
And you see he's just like,
Have a good day.
they gone?
You need better aim.
I didn't have much.
I noticed.
Did you think the mics pick that up?
They might. They're pretty good mics.
Stomach?
I did not know.
Oh my god.
It's-
that's
I
like
did
a
not.
rocket.
You're here. You're
They're
here.
pretty loud.
Yeah, it was good.
And I just, I kind of like get real close with him, so hopefully that the others can't hear me. I don't know how far away they are, like in relation to us.
They're about 10 feet back.
Okay.
Towards
So
the
if I
back
whisper,
wall.
they probably wouldn't hear me then.
You don't know, but
Okay.
sure.
But all right. I whisper to a volume where I don't think they would hear me. at
Sure,
least.
you're
And
trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah, and I whisper to him and I say, "Is this your decision, then? Do you understand the repercussions?"
And he just kind of looks at you and he's like, if I run, I'm going to be hunted forever.
You're a better man than I even thought. And I just pat him on the shoulder as I walk past him. Lady Belgamine, Leon's looking for you. I believe we're heading out.
Oh, wonderful. I hope he's not too hurt from the fight.
He's an excellent fighter. He's done well. You've trained him well.
Oh, not me. That would be his mentors.
I'd love to meet them one day because he saved my life, and as amongst others.
If you're heading to South Dawn, we'll meet them in a week's time. Or 4 days' time.
Will do. In the meantime, he's right outside. The danger's gone. Minx,
Oui.
what's your plan? Are you coming to South Dawn, or are you staying here? The attack is over for now, so it's up to you.
I believe I'm going to stay here for a while.
Understood.
South Dawn is a bit of a travel for me right now.
Understood. And I just kind of reach into my bag, and I hand over 15 gold, or whatever's in my hand, and I say, to get yourself started. Okay?
Thank you.
And then I walk over to the woman.
Merci beaucoup.
Bless you.
Didn't scare me.
Fake. I say it every time.
Yep.
That's concentration.
Got him!
Leon's down again.
I walk over to the woman. Ma'am, I'm so sorry, and this is a bit awkward. I don't believe we ever asked your name, and I apologize for that. So, what are you called?
Katrina.
Katrina. What is your plan at this moment? I know you're still taking everything in, but
She just slowly shakes her head back and forth and looks down. Doesn't answer.
well, the options right now, as far as I can see, is you stay here or you come with us to South Dawn. I apologize for the abruptness and the.
At this point, the healer kind of steps in and she goes, she's been rather unresponsive since she came. I don't think she's in any condition to travel.
Understood. And Katrina, I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm sorry, and I wish I could have saved him too.
You see her, she just starts, you see tears kind of rolling down her cheek as she shakes her head up and down and still no response.
Your son is a spitting image of him.
And that she just starts bawling. Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
It'll be good in the long run.
Right.
And then I just turn and that's everything for me. So I'm gonna walk out and go meet up with them as soon as they're done.
Gotcha.
Or as soon as that whole interaction is done.
Gotcha. On your way to the temple, you see Garrett returning.
That's me.
You guys pass by in the street. It's up to you guys if you want to talk, or if not, it's up to you.
Phelan.
Garrett? Where
Not
did you
exactly.
come? Say it again?
Not exactly, but I
No?
digress. I heard you spoke with the Rune Mother.
Yes, and I'm on my way there now.
She's well. I checked on her.
Excellent. I have some questions for her. I was hoping she could answer.
I have some questions for you.
Would you like to join me? Come back.
It could prove beneficial.
Let's walk and talk.
Awkwardly walks back in.
Yeah,
Hi.
it's me.
Sorry.
How's it going? Never me.
Back.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we walk back and then pause like outside of it?
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys make your way towards the stone structure. You were about halfway back to the square, so it takes you just as long to get back, but it's fine. And you guys post up right outside.
Is there anything dire you need to ask me? Because I was hoping to speak to the Rune Mother as soon as possible. Can it wait?
She told me you had spoken with her in regards to whatever seems to be going on. What was the nature of your conversation?
She inquired about how my home was. She prophesied that there would be some sort of attack on Everseed of some sort, but didn't give a date or a time, or as such prophecies go.
Did this prophecy extend elsewhere? Was that the entire nature of it?
Yes, and that's why I'm coming back to inquire further.
Do I believe her?
I mean, are you being honest?
Can I insight check her?
You're more than welcome to insight check her.
Insight check her.
Okay. If you're being honest, which I'm fairly certain you are.
Yeah.
There wasn't much more to
I'm
the
fairly
conversation.
certain, but
Sure.
Varys is not.
I'm speaking honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and insight check her if you want.
You roll it.
Oh, that's right. What's your insight?
+1.
I mean, she's being forthright, so it's fairly easy to judge. When someone's trying to hide something or hold something back for you, but you're fairly certain that there wasn't much more to the extent of the conversation.
Okay. Very well. Do not be long. We're leaving by midday. I fear our presence in this city may only bring further problems to it.
Well, where should I meet you?
We'll be at the front gate.
All right. With all due haste.
Then I get up off my one knee and I leave.
Gotcha. So as he walks away, you turn and kind of open the. There's no door, like it's like a cloth overhang. You make your way in. As you proceed inside, the parishioners, I guess they would say, or whoever was worshiping at the time, has sort of vacated the premises. Go home to check on their families, make sure that the structure or their homes are not damaged, and there were some scattered fires and things like that were started in the raucous. In the ruckus.
I'm the raucous.
He's gonna start a fire.
Can I grab it? About 6'4".
As you approach, they seem Moriana and the Rune Mother seem to be deep in conversation. With Moriana asking very prying questions. Mm-hmm. They don't seem to notice you as soon as you come in. Mm-hmm. So I would like you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Stealth gnome.
I feel like she's
Aren't all gnomes stealthy?
Yeah, I feel like she has more trouble trying to be noticed.
Hey, I'm up here!
Gnomes have sort of like a natural stealthiness to them, don't they?
Or a lack of
something like that.
That's the stealth.
Wow, I didn't want to say it out loud.
lack of overall mass.
When you come up to someone's knee.
21?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're still being generous if you're talking about Ruckus.
So you hear this exchange happening between them, and the first thing you hear is Moriana say, "A champion. There hasn't been a champion in 1,000 years." I know, and that's why these circumstances are so dire. I cannot imagine what would cause them to resurface at this time, but whatever it is, I know that blue flame. I've seen it before. It's the last time something like that was around, the world almost ended. And at that point,
yeah, I'm about to go. Excuse me.
well, at that point, they kind of, the Rune Mother kind of like looks to the side and says, "Oh, Phelan, hello.
Oh, is it stuff right here?
It is good to see you."
It is good to see you as well. Are you hurt at all? Was anyone in the temple harmed?
No. Praise to Andariel. No, everybody was safe. Is there something I can help you with? We just met with one of your compatriots.
Yes, Garrett had mentioned he had just been speaking with you. And you'll have to excuse me for being so forthright. But I've come to you with a dire need for more information. Even though the last time we spoke, you said there wasn't a lot of information that you could give me.
Yes.
It's regarding something I found in Farfrom. And I didn't want to frighten my traveling companions, as we've just met, and it's not in my nature to frighten other people unnecessarily.
Sure.
But given the prophecy that you are the sight that you had with the gargoyles, I thought it might be wise to come to you and, share this information and ask for your assistance.
Of course.
And I pull out the book that I found.
The tome? Okay.
Yeah. And I know of a danger in this world, and I believe that you might be able to help me decipher what is the cause of it, or even any of the knowledge in this book that might might help me in any way.
Oh, of course. I'm happy to be of assistance. And she kind of takes the tome from you. I just need to look up her information, because I need to see if she is able to read this. This is very old.
Yeah. If I
They're selling like hotcakes. Yeah.
I think we just sold out.
I think we just sold out. If
I
you
just-
got a notification.
I got a
We
note.
sold the one pair?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We
like,
sold one pair? Woo! We did it, guys!
Wait, we had a website?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we talking about the antler teeth?
Yeah,
we're talking about Richie. He wanted 20.
Oh, well, we all
Yeah,
had
I had
one,
one.
so it was so.
And it's gone.
I hope he's the one that got it then.
Yeah.
Did we get all the
Richie,
money
were
in
you
his
the one that
wallet?
got it, or was that
We gotta go
someone
out
else?
hunting again, I guess. Sorry.
All right.
4 rolls.
I have bad news. We didn't sell it. I dropped it.
They
So
were
now
not very
So
durable.
now it's
Yeah.
just scattered shit on the floor.
Dude, it's a non-refundable deposit.
Two interns died!
Bro,
And you dropped
It's non-refundable!
it was Brian.
Their
and
lives
Victor,
are
too.
non-refundable.
I mean, I didn't
Alright.
pay anything, so...
but their lives, though.
Should I say?
I went to intern
Well,
Juice
what?
family breakfast.
All right, but anyway.
I copied some of the letters onto a page, and my mother said she thought some of it was an old common, but after that, only this insignia on the back. I can't really make anything out.
Very old common. This is a form of common that has not been used for a very, very long time. It appears to be some sort of transcription of a journal. It's less a textbook and more of details. How much of this were you able to read?
A fair amount, but what you said is exactly what I read, is that most of it seems fictitious. Is that a word?
Wait, is it a word? Yes.
It's definitely a word.
That is like the word.
I assure you, child,
Wait, it's the only one?
this is
Oh,
no
it's like the word for
this is
D&D.
no fiction.
Then that makes this all the more pressing of a matter.
Yes.
Regarding.
The majority of this book is written in regards to items. I couldn't blame you for thinking they were fictitious. The strength and power that these items hold is great, and not to, use the land where you're from, but far from average. These are, it talks about heirlooms of grace. These were weapons granted by the gods themselves to champions, essentially powerful beings who could inhabit the soul of a celestial body in order to grant them power beyond their own means. Most of the heirlooms have been lost to time and history itself, but some say they still exist. Some believe that whenever they find a magical item, this would be an heirloom. There are claims, but the truth be told, if you had seen an heirloom, you would know it. Thousands of years old, but the metal or workings of them would be pristine. Make a perception check.
There's one right in front of you. Well.
And one right behind you. And to the left of you.
But there can
Let's
only be
roll
one.
And the right of you.
The one
A
reason
one's a
I-
one. One's a
One
one.
is a one, people.
One's a one.
One's
Yeah.
one.
And hey, that's the name of the show.
What?
No, I think it's a critical miss, not one.
The Critical Miss.
So
The one?
It's the one.
you
Or Neo.
kind
Or
of
Neo.
just look down at the books and you miss whatever facial cues she would have been giving.
If she were giving facial cues, that is.
Some would say it's a miss.
Whatever hypothetical.
As she gets to the last page of the book, she stops after reading through and she says, "This is quite curious indeed. I ask, where does your journey take you now?"
I had only thought as far as to come here. Wherever the path takes me to find answers.
I would ask of you another favor. I know I have given you one already.
Of course.
This book, and she holds up the back, and you can see the symbol of the Obsidian Sky Tower imprinted on the bottom right-hand corner of the book, and she says, "Do you know where this is?"
I only know of a northern Hyleria, right?
I would ask that you return this book to them as soon as possible. I don't know who has written this, and I don't know what artistic liberties they may have taken. But if this is true, there is a small chance that this was written by a divine being. The last entry speaks of being the keeper of this world's secrets. There's only one deity I know that would be the keeper of secrets. I'm sorry, and she actually takes the book and hands it back to you, very quickly, almost like she wants it out of her hands as soon as possible. It is not a danger, but I would also not show it to anybody, save for the scholars of the Obsidian Sky Tower. If they've lost this book, then they'll be happy to have it back. And thank you for showing it to me. But I'm afraid there's not much more I can glean from this than I've already told you. However, if this was truly written by the Keeper of Secrets, then I would say that there's more to this book than meets the eye. But I would not know how to access that. Perhaps time spent studying it, but otherwise I wouldn't know.
Thank you for the knowledge and the guidance.
Of course, anytime.
If I could ask one more thing?
Yes.
I know you spoke of Far From and that you were able to look in on my family and on me and the area. Has there been any word from Far From in the past couple days?
It's been relatively quiet to the north. Unlike most of the days unlike your time spent here already, gargoyle attacks are not frequent in the forest. The Briarwood is generally a safe haven. This is
The only one
different. And I fear there are dark times ahead, based on the actions taken today. But I would say I will dispatch any scouts I can to keep an eye on the area and make sure that the gnomes are safe. As I said, any friends of the forest are welcome here.
Thank you, and I bow. And on my way out, is Moriana there?
Moriana is standing right next to the Rune Mother as you're speaking, hand sort of resting on the blade at her hip.
Oh.
Not in a danger.
Okay.
Just kind of like, just.
Oh, that book real scared.
Oh, so this is how it ends. Oh, I love it.
Just kind of not in like a I'm about to draw an attack. Just sort of like a general resting would like hold. I literally meant like a general, but like someone would hold their hand on their weapon's hilt, like just sort of resting the palm against it, not going to take it out, but always ready.
And so, I bowed to the Rune Mother.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Yes.
And I
no, the
turned
sword. The sword.
Oh, then what is your?
I turned to Moriana and I guess not to outdo my bow, but I guess kneel, I guess, and say it was an honor fighting with you.
And you notice, as you go to kneel, your knee almost touches the ground, and she reaches down and grabs your arm and sort of lifts you back up off the ground. And she says, huh? Yes. Fully lifts you up pretty easily, too. Just kind of raises you up to a standing position again. And she says, nobody bows to me.
Well, it was an honor, and thank you for saving the lives of my companions.
You fought valiantly. She bows her head, sort of, and just turns back towards the Rune Mother.
I take my leave. And I'm just going to pray on the way out, Burwell, really quick, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, what were you saying on the way out?
On the way out, can I just go to the tree and pray one last time before I leave?
You pray, that's,
Yes,
totally
okay.
fine. You don't receive any sort of message this time.
Okay.
But your prayers are noted. The Rune Mother prays with you.
Oh, okay.
For the souls that were lost today and for a safe journey. And then, does anybody else have anything they want to do, or everybody?
How long has it been before I left and came back to the group?
So you left, you kind of did a half lap around town, and then you went to Temple of the Weeping Woman.
Started
Walking back, came forward. It's been about probably a half hour to an hour at this point.
Okay.
Probably about, I would say, like 45 minutes. You spent walking around the town, the conversation, then walking back, talking with Phelan.
Gotcha.
Do we want to just all meet up together, or did
Yeah.
You're right outside.
I'm sorry. Did you want to do something separate, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's about that
I'm
time.
sorry. Yeah.
About
okay.
that time.
Yeah.
that's what I figured.
All right.
That's
About
what
that
I'm
time.
asking.
So
we
as
all
you're
meet up here.
as you're making your path back to meeting up with everybody,
I just face planted in the dirt.
yeah, you just kind of falter step and just. So no matter what you had, you're at 1 HP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man. I feel like hell.
And you're aware of
Yeah.
everything that just happened.
Yeah, I know.
So
But that didn't happen in front of us. That happened on his way back.
Yeah,
on his way back,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, as you face plant, like you kind of get up, and as you're getting up, you're being helped up by a couple of guards. The first face you see actually is Althurius.
Oh, hey.
Hello, are you okay?
Yeah, just take it out of me a little bit. I'm good.
I can see that.
Woo!
Do you need any healing medical assistance?
No, I'll be good. I'm gonna sleep it off a little bit.
He kind of just eyes you as you kind of take a couple
I just
half
dust
hobbling
myself off,
steps.
like, crack, stretch
And
my
eventually-
shoulders.
You all make your way to the town square.
I'm no longer
Bam,
Blue Eye Flame.
bam.
White Dragon?
I'm no longer
Yes.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
So as Garrett approaches, and Raucus has been there, but as Garrett approaches, you can see the blue flaming eyes have sort of faded from his
I'm like
visage.
rotating my arm as I'm coming back. It's like, oh. What's up, guys?
We leave now?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Darius, how was Belgamine? Was she okay?
Hopefully she's out already.
Oh, Belgamine's out.
Oh, she came
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
Belgamine's-
Oh, she came with you? Oh,
Belgamine's has made her way outside. As soon as she gets outside, she immediately runs up to you and hugs you.
oh.
As
Leon, I was so frightened.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah.
Vander comes out with me as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And Moriana?
Yes.
Wow.
Of course she's okay. Not surprised by that one.
Vander, Xanier kind of regards Vander. He's like, wow, you didn't run during the confusion. All right.
All right. Well, like I said yesterday, I got us a cart and some horses. To
150 gold?
Get we spoke
That
about
was
this-
really the best you could do.
We spoke about this yesterday.
Want some
I
good
told you
berries? I thrust good berries.
Where are we heading again?
South Dawn.
I
That's
take
it.
another one.
Is no one seriously going to talk about what just happened?
What?
Gain 1 HP.
Good berries.
That's why we gotta get. That's why we gotta get out of here as fast as possible.
The good berries?
It is definitely within our best interest to keep on moving. The
Why?
longer we're here, the longer the possibility these things might come back.
You take
They're
it.
they're clearly after this fella.
And you think without the help of the town we would fare better?
I think we're putting this town in a great deal of danger just by sticking around.
Less people that can get hurt.
This Varrock fella sounds like a problem.
Rock bad.
Exactly.
I believe we should leave as well.
Leave now.
Sounds like we're going on an adventure.
150 gold.
You know, when you split it up amongst the people, it's not so bad.
I'm sorry, 150 gold for what exactly? What?
For a carriage and 2 horses to get the heck out of here to South Dawn, and then for them to bring the carriage back because that's on them. That's their.
There's 9 of us going to South Dun. How are we planning on getting there in a small carriage with 2 horses?
Yeah, how small is this carriage?
How small is the carriage?
We went over it. The carriage would fit about 8 people comfortably, 6 in the cab, 2 on the
Like the riding.
on the riding platform. You may be able to have another one trail behind, or
Well,
perhaps.
we have 8.5.
Well, I mean, I think they cancel out. We have like
Yeah.
1.5 and then half, so it still balances out.
What do you mean?
Oh, there you
You
go.
know what I
So,
mean.
I say all of that. I relate to you the dimensions of said carriage.
And at this point, you guys do see the familiar face of Moriana Thorne.
Right now, 10 people.
Oh, hey.
This time,
It's a party.
You're getting your own horse.
I'm gonna say if we need to rent an extra horse, I'll put in the coin myself, and
You got
I
that
have
right.
I have the riding experience, so y'all can sit comfortably in the carriage as long as somebody knows how to pilot it.
worry not about the price. As she approaches, you see she is holding what looks to be a small decorative stone box. And she walks in, she places it down on the ground, and she says, "The Rune Mother would like to thank you for your service to Everseed.
She's welcome.
As such, your travel
Do not
expenses
interrupt, Moriana.
your travel expenses have been taken care of." And she takes out a bag of gold, specifically throws it towards you.
He just staring.
Your travel expenses have been taken care of. These, however, are a personal gift from the Rune Mother herself. And she opens this small stone box and takes out a set of 7 necklaces. And she says, "I'm sorry she couldn't get one for everyone, but it'll have to do." And she kind of walks around and she places a necklace around each of your necks.
Appropriate.
Take my hat off,
Each of your wrists.
She
Are they all
goes,
the same? They look the same?
they are all the same. They are all a small golden chain. In the middle there is a green, it looks like green cubic zirconia. It's not like a real gem, but underneath it, inlaid into the gold, you see that familiar symbol of, it's somewhere.
Oh, I got it. Yep.
Yeah,
The L with the hook.
yeah, the
and
L with the
circle
hook.
and the- yeah.
The L with the hook. The symbol of Everseed. And she says, "These should mask any sort of lingering magical essence that may give your enemies clues to your location. So you should be able to pass undetected.
These are finely made. As I inspect mine a little bit.
We have tremendous craftsmen here in town.
I can tell for sure.
Definitely proved most useful to us. Thank you kindly.
Do not thank me. They are from the Rune Mother.
I'll extend my thank yous.
I will indeed. As a personal note, before any of you leave, I would like to say, I personally appreciate your assistance.
You're welcome.
This may not be your home, but you fought valiantly to defend it. And you
ran into me a little bit there.
Raucous is turning more red, I'd imagine.
you will always have a place and a home, should you choose to, within the walls of Everseed. Again, I'm not the best with words, so thank you for your time,
Welcome.
and I'll be on my way.
Everyone turns around and gives you the eyes, Leon. When he comes close enough, I kick you in the shin.
I kick him in the shin.
Fighting alongside you has been the greatest honor.
You hit armor, I don't know.
We'll have to do it again sometime. She nods her head.
Do you
and
mean,
moves.
do you mean it?
Well,
He went from real cool to real fanboy.
you seem capable, and the war is coming. If I were you seem to work well together as a group, I would head to South Dawn. That would be my advice. There, you have an in with the military, and she kind of gives a nod towards Xanier. You can apply to become legionnaires, work at the city's request. It's contract work, but it pays well, and, can get some experience under your belt. Something tells me you'll all need to get a lot stronger before the days to come. Again, thank you. She turns and sort of hobbles off. Again, hand resting on the hilt of her big fucking sword.
Alright.
Is that the title of the sword?
Big fucking sword?
BFG?
Oh,
No.
it's a BF sword.
No, do you ask her what the title of the
No,
sword
no, no.
is? Oh,
Well,
okay.
there you
Because
go.
it is a named blade.
I know. I would never. Not until I'm worthy of knowing the name of it.
I think you're feeling a little bit better about that 150 now.
Let's go get our horses. Are there any shops as far as a place where you buy clothing?
Clothing? Yeah, there's a few tailors. You're not sure.
Tailor.
You're not sure how, if they're going to be open.
Are there any? Do I see a tailor that's specifically not open and damaged from the attack?
You would have to look around the town for a little bit if you wanted to spend some time doing that before you left. It's not in your immediate vicinity.
Nah.
Okay. So, you guys make the exchange with the swarthy stable master.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can I? Oh no, I changed my mind. Wrong look.
Yeah, sure. As you guys are all getting ready, loaded up, packing your things up, Raucus is like, give me 10. Just kind of.
All right, I'll be back.
Can I piggyback on him too? Well, not piggyback. I don't want to piggyback ride. I want to say, hey, are you heading out?
Do I have to carry you?
No.
Okay.
I didn't carry you to Moriana. I whispered.
Alright.
So, to the crowd.
As you guys are getting ready, Phelan and Raucus head off. Both of you, are you looking for a tailor as well?
I was hoping to look for like an apothecary or some sort of like small shop.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Both of you.
Also, I've been okay.
13.
Yeah. 22.
13 and 22. Easily enough, you do find a tailor. It is open. It's undamaged, and the owner is inside.
Okay.
You go in, and they're kind of a little bit shocked to see somebody enter, but they greet you. This is the first shop you see. You do see an apothecary a little bit further down the road. So you go in with Raucus, or do you head?
Can I accompany you?
Of course.
Okay, and then we'll go to the apothecary. Would you?
I'll join you.
Thank you.
So you head in, and yes. How can I help you?
Need a shirt.
Need a shirt, of course. What style? What color?
I need a shirt.
Fair enough.
Okay.
A tunic.
Yeah.
Got you. She goes to the wall. Red? No.
How about the white one?
And she kind of like looks at his body, and she sees there's some gashes and like blood, and she's like, no.
How about a black shirt?
I was thinking the same thing. Slim fitting, and it fits everyone perfect. Okay. Black tunic? Absolutely. That'll be in your size. Roughly 7 gold copper pieces.
7 copper. Hand it over.
Excuse me.
As you drool.
I just projectile spit at you. Easily enough done. Thank you very much. Here's your shirt. And she kind of folds it up nicely, and she hands it over to you.
Thank you. And I just pick it up by one end, clearly allowing it to unfold, and throw it over my shoulder.
Okay. She goes, all right. And anything for you, miss?
No, thank you.
Oh, no worries.
Wait.
Yes?
Do you have any sashes?
Sashes? Oh, yes, we have several.
Decorative sashes?
Of course. May need to be trimmed a little bit for a smaller size, but
Right.
we can do that for you. What are we looking for a color?
No, but something for a male.
For a male? Okay.
Yeah.
A male gnome. Oh, all right. And she kind of hobbles off to the side.
What? It's not like that.
She kind of hobbles off to the side.
know.
And she comes back with this sash. It is shorter, blue with green trim, like embroidered around the edges, and the symbol of Everseed on the back, basically like where you would, the opposite of where you would tie the sash, so that the symbol faced outwards from the back.
Did you hear that? It sounded like a whale.
Yeah, I did
It's
hear
my
That one,
stomach.
that one I heard.
Jesus Christ.
That
It's
one-
finding
oh, I'm
memory
vibrating?
in my
No, that
stomach.
was not.
It was both.
It is
Are
doing
you telling me that was
something
not
in
the entranceway of a dungeon?
Sound effects that I need, people, please.
Christian, can you throw that chair over there? Tom's going to be here in
She says,
a minute.
would this
Oh,
be
really?
to your
Yeah.
liking?
Yes.
She's
I
just
like
going to
that
catch
very
the
much.
end and hopefully...
This is a little bit more decorative than the black tunic, so this would be around 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
All right.
And I hand over my 2 silver.
Gotcha.
And I mark it there.
All right. And this one, she kind of takes, and since it's a smaller item, she puts it on almost like a gift box and
Yeah.
ties it with twine and
What
hands
was it
it over to you. It's a blue sash.
Sash. Pretty sash, tiny one.
Thank you,
Who's it for?
my brother.
Okay, cool. What's his name?
Hello.
Oh.
You're sitting over there by Chris.
It's all right. Staying out there for a second. We're actually going to take our second break pretty soon.
Real quick one. Just
Yeah,
'cause,
it's
already.
Bye, Tom.
Oh, 10:30, we're fine. There's not much more to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to take a second break so everybody can get situated in their seats better.
Okay.
And I have to pee again.
Hey,
Alright.
I mean, Geppetto.
Is he as fierce of a warrior as you are? I imagine this conversation's happening as we were walking.
As you're walking
Yeah,
towards the
yeah,
next
yeah.
apothecary, yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think so.
You ever cared enough to find out?
Certainly, but we've never had cause to fight where I'm from.
Good for you.
It
You
has
realize how lucky you are, and how unfortunate you are that you don't get to fight.
And he says that as you guys kind of open the door to the apothecary, you see an older half-elf male, short, graying hair, looks like it was blonde before, but now it's starting to go gray, so it's kind of peppered in. And he greets you. Good morning. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm sorry to bother you on a day like today, where there is so much destruction and devastation. I was just hoping to get a few things to add to my herbalism kit.
Of course.
Do you have mistletoe?
Mistletoe. Oh, yes. Let me see.
Mistletoe, sash, yeah, brother, okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, indeed. We do have. Not a large supply, but how much were you looking for?
Just 2 to 3 sprigs.
Easily done. Anything else?
Also, Barlow, this is a weird question. Like sand, can I find that on the road, or like should I just?
It'd be more dirt. You would have had better luck on the beach you were at.
Yeah.
But you do know that. Well, actually, you probably wouldn't know that. But anywhere along the coast, it would be easy to find sand.
Yeah. Could I just? Do you have a vial of sand?
A vial of sand. Let me check. Is it used as a spell component? Is that why?
Yeah.
Then yes, you would have it. Generally, this is the place where you would get. God damn it! This is
where they sell goddammits here.
This is where you could buy spell components. So you said.
Goddammits and antlers.
Yes, of course.
Cool
Not a problem at all. We have sand here. How much do you need it? Really, it's just the cost of the vial. So, fair enough.
Yeah.
This much.
Is it? He asks actually in character. Is it for a specific spell?
Just create and destroy water.
Oh, of course. And he actually goes over, and you see there are vials in this case behind him, and he goes through, and he's looking at them each, and he's, no. Yes, the perfect amount. Create and destroy water.
Oh, thank you. Is there a better use for sand for spells?
No, there's several different uses of sand as spell components, but for this you would require exactly this much. Luckily, with the work the Order of the Rose Circlet is doing, we're able to weigh it out much more and easily provide exactly as much as you need.
Oh, no, I'm not familiar with the Order of the Rose Circlet, but...
Well, they are an organization that takes root in South Dawn, and they essentially categorize and catalog magical elements. It's a very great organization to be a part of if you're looking to learn more about the arcane arts.
Thank you. And then lastly, just a leaf of sumac, 1 to 2.
Easily enough. And
Are you part of the Order of the Rose Circlet?
Oh no, I'm no mage. I study the arcane arts as a squib, but I am not an actual arcane user.
Have you been?
To the Order?
Yes.
I've never been. No.
It's a place?
Well, the Order itself is housed in the spire in South Dawn, Calibel Spire. But there is several different outposts all throughout the land.
Oh, thank you so much for your goods and your service. How much do I
Of course.
pay?
Between all this, we'll say roughly, this would be about 2 gold pieces.
2 gold.
Yes, unfortunately. Usually with spell components, it's not just, the finding of the material. It's also making sure that it's of an acceptable nature to be used arcane, in the arcane. So it generally it's much it's much harder to come across, certain types of sprigs of mistletoe or sand or anything like that.
Am I wasting anyone's time if I ask if he's being truthful about the prices?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I know I'm
That's
talking
okay.
a lot.
You're fine. That's what this is
Can
for.
I take a perception check to see if I believe him?
It would be insight.
Insight.
So,
Yeah.
just roll
What's your insight?
Well, actually, he rolls.
What's your
for you,
insight?
Tells you.
Wait, not to
how
be
you
dirty
feel
enough
about
to
it.
Right.
I'm looking. It's 1.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You hit
Plus
things
5.
really hard.
Plus 5?
Yeah.
Holy
Should have bounced. I
shit.
had a whole cover up ready for it.
Nikes.
What?
Her insight's plus 5.
Nice.
So mine.
That was like
plus
my
4.
insight
Yeah.
on Drakus. Remember those
So,
days?
insight,
Yeah, she's
insight.
based and trained.
Wow. Both actually rolled the same. Yeah, he's lying.
He's lying.
Oh, he's lying through his teeth. He's trying to jack up the prices for someone who's unfamiliar with what they're asking for.
Oh, okay.
And I'm aware of that as well.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're not too
I'm
familiar
gonna
with.
take my break early.
You're not too familiar with.
What's the conversion again? What is silver to gold again? It's 1.
One
It's-
gold is essentially $100. Like copper is $1, silver is like 10.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, and he asks for 2 gold. I guess I would, before she is, I just pipe up with 50 silver.
Oh, sorry. This is not a. Generally, we don't haggle here. It's more of a.
Do you generally rip off your customers?
I'm not ripping anybody off. I'm simply asking at the.
2 gold when sand is part of the purchase?
Father, not
make-
this.
Make an intimidation check.
Easy!
Look, if we're just throwing sand around, I'm not gonna.
I'm going to uncomfortably.
6. Unfortunately, that is the going rate for arcane components. I hate to tell you, I'm not. I don't set the prices. Those are the going rates around. You can
You're
go
a
to.
gun
Phil,
in the
he's a
background.
shaster. And I'd start to walk out. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Look, I apologize if any. I'm not trying to get a rise out of it. I'll tell you what. 1 gold.
I'm sorry. I'm in no absolute dire need of these items. I came out of good faith for the people here and for some materials to assist me on my way, but I cannot bargain or do a deal with you.
Fair enough. I apologize. I assure you, I was not trying to cheat you, ma'am. And he kind of collects the ingredients and starts putting them away.
You're not gonna get it all?
No.
Fuck that guy.
Alright.
Go fuck that.
All right. So you guys exit.
Integrity.
You guys exit the room together. Head back to the town square. By the time you get back, everybody's sort of loading up onto the cart, ready to go.
Okay. And we gotta deal with the cart guy, right?
No, you already dealt
got
with.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moriana paid for it.
That was the whole point of the shirt.
Oh, really?
I was gonna haggle with the cart guy and give him the shirt.
Yeah, she gave you the money,
Cut
but
through.
you were too busy.
Cut
staring
through,
at
I
it.
yeah.
know I got the money from Oriana.
Yep. So
but
they cut
if I
through.
did-
He goes to the guy with the shirt, or goes to the court.
Yeah,
guy.
you can
Oh.
still talk with him.
Just trying to still get extra money out
I'm
of it.
trying to get the, yeah.
You can still
If he
talk with
hackles
him.
down and be like, oh, all right, now
Money
I'm
has not
paying
been
20
exchanged
gold.
yet. You have the money.
All
so.
right. Yeah. Well, when we get back, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, when we get back from our break.
Yeah.
Break
Good
time.
time.
Quick break.
2 minutes.
We're live on Saturday night.
What?
It's definitely Wednesday.
It's definitely Wednesday.
Oh, I got it. Like
It actually looks great. It looks great.
Is Nick lying?
if you guys could just scoot like half an inch that way.
Sorry. I came when I screwed
Yep,
it all
perfect.
up.
That looks awesome.
Oh, by the way, I ordered my mini. Like
Nice.
last week.
Nice.
For all the
So,
viewers, Tom was here the whole time.
So
We're all
did
crazy.
Nikolai.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom,
two more minis
Tom's
for
been
lunch.
here the whole
So
time.
nice.
Didn't you
Whole
hear
time.
Whole
him?
time.
Whole
I
time.
mean, you probably heard me from my cousin's house.
All right.
You heard my whole family because we're all out of town.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta see how my mini's coming along.
Red
So, you guys gather your things, all collect into the cart. It's a little cramped.
Both things.
Who is riding shotgun, essentially? Who's driving the carriage? Who's riding shotgun with
I
them?
mean, I'm totally cool with driving.
Who's got good animal
Cool with
handling
being
skills?
shotgun.
I am proficient in animal handling, as a matter of
There
fact.
we go. There's my boy. I vote he drives.
So, Raucus and Garrett take the front.
Is there like a window or something between the carriage and the front?
Yeah.
So they could like talk through?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
there's it's
So it
open.
doesn't
Yeah, it's
particularly-
open.
Can I ride on the roof? Because I got my. Do I have bullets left, by the way?
You took,
You
like,
have
Like
shots.
3 shots.
three. You
Okay.
took 3 shots, so you
I
had
I thought it was
had,
4.
I had 9, so I have 6 left.
you have 6
Okay.
left.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Right.
You're running low.
Yes, I know.
Oh, man.
I would have asked if they had. No, I already asked if they had any.
Yeah, you
Yeah, they don't do
They
guns
don't.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
My gun making kit didn't get destroyed at the sinking.
Yeah.
so
Yes.
you guys are en route.
All right.
Now, quick question. The thing seats 8, including 2 people driving or whatever.
Right, 6 in the cart, 2 on the top.
And we've got 9.
You do have 9.
I'll ride
so
on the roof.
Xanier volunteers. Xanier volunteers to post up on the roof.
That
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
exactly my concern. It's that we only have 2 horses driving us, and they're gonna.
It's gonna be a slow journey, but 2 more horses would have been like harder to do. So it's you're traveling at a little bit faster than walking pace.
75 gold.
You're not booking
It's
it.
just more comfortable. Okay. Fair enough.
Plus, I wanted to ride on the roof anyway, being I know what's going on with everything, so I could get those.
Sure.
Scouting my elven eyes can see what's going on.
Are there windows in the cart, or is it just totally enclosed?
There are windows, but you can kind of close them.
It's just
Oh,
darkness.
the one near me is
imprisoning you.
totally open. Yeah. Well, no, not. I mean, because I need to see outside
Oh,
to make
okay.
sure things are okay. But
Did
Yeah,
Marcus get us a discount with that shirt?
Oh, that's right. You wanted to do that. I'm so sorry. So before you guys leave,
I
This
mean,
is
come
this?
on, we're already moving. Let's keep the party
it's
moving.
yeah, but I mean,
No, that's,
Oh, that's me.
the class.
Okay.
Just want to make sure everything.
make a persuasion check.
You can do it. I believe in you. No, I don't believe it.
No, 6.
6. He appreciates the shirt, and he offers to pay you the value of said shirt. But he says, "Sorry, the price is kind of fixed."
Trying to do a nice
You
thing.
tried.
So yeah,
You tried.
I totally didn't realize why
I'm
you were
just-
getting the shirt. That was awesome.
I'm just sitting next to
No
Belgamine,
idea.
wherever that would be. on the-
gotcha. Okay,
request.
Belgamine, Vander are both inside the cart.
I would be sitting next to Vander, and I assume he's sitting across from me next to Belgamine.
There's the pirate guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I squished myself between those guys.
Okay,
Oh, in the front?
Yeah,
Okay.
you were like leaning
Wait, the pirate
over.
guy's with us?
Yeah.
I thought he ditched.
No, he did not.
No, he's with
Oh
us.
shit,
Yeah.
good pirate guy.
he
So-
stayed
So
behind.
you're riding bitch in
He
front.
stayed behind to protect the people, including Belgamine, and she mentions that to you. She
She's
said,
like on the armrest.
as soon as everything went
Basically.
down with the alarms, he sprang right into action. He told us all to get back and
Well,
protected us.
now I can lobby for a lighter sentence for him.
Vanda. My man.
Yes.
I forgot he did this.
I gotta say, that's a respectable thing, in all seriousness. I didn't call that from you.
Look, I got caught up with a bad crew, but I hope you believe me when I say I'm not a bad guy. You know.
I might just believe that now.
Still go to jail.
Alright, we're trying to have a nice moment.
You're on the roof, motherfucker.
Yeah, shut up,
Shut up.
Bro's gonna poke you.
It's just made a canvas.
Where's
I
the-
can hear through that.
Where's the broom?
Yeah, so if there's any party interactions that want to take place during this, it is a 3-day trip. 4 days if you guys 4 days if you guys decide to stop and rest, continuously, which I'm assuming you do, unless you want to take turns driving the cart and sleeping in the cart, which you can do.
It is a road, right? Like,
Yeah, there's roads.
Okay.
It's a road that leads through the forest. They describe it to you before you leave. It's a road that leads through the forest. It's essentially a straight shot towards the east. At a certain point, there's going to be a fork. Stay to the right side of the fork. That'll lead you more east to the bridge, and then from there it's a straight shot south to South Dawn. There'll be road signs on the road pointing your direction.
Are we gonna camp or are we gonna ride it out?
We should probably camp.
We should probably camp.
Okay.
We're gonna need our rest after that fight.
Okay.
Need sleep.
Already half asleep.
Oh,
First night at camp, I would like to have a conversation.
cool.
So you guys travel. You are about halfway through the forest before you guys decide to pull over. There's a small clearing to the right, so you pull over. Feed the horses, set up camp, make a perception check to see if you see bunnies.
6 plus
Bunny check.
8.
There may be bunnies, but you don't see them.
Bunnies would make me.
Bunnies.
Bunnies make me happy. I'm gonna imagine that.
You take some time to set up a campfire. It's actually included with your kit on the back of the cart. There is like a small latch. You open it up. There seems to be some firewood here, some kindling, flint and steel, and a set of camping equipment. So a big tent that they hooked you up with.
Nice.
These guys think of everything.
It's included as part of the carriage. They knew you were going to be traveling for a couple
Who rented
days.
the carriage for us?
That press is well worth it, I think.
Who rented the carriage for us? 'Cause I'm gonna give you a high
For
five.
wood?
Wood and
I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. For wood, 150.
wood plus camping supplies.
What do you mean we're not burning the carriage?
You mean we're not just setting the carriage on fire? What's going on?
And after the fire is set up, some food is passed around, and then
I've held my tongue all day. This conversation needs to happen right now. What happened? Specifically with you two, but with everybody else. Is this what's going to happen from now on?
I turned into an otter.
I'd like to imagine you're sitting next to me and I just go, alright, hold on.
you just see. Then there's a little otter, and she still is holding the food that she was eating. Now it's just in much smaller hand, and she just.
Is it much smaller hands?
Not marginally smaller.
Marginally smaller.
Wait. Are you a river otter or a sea otter?
River.
Okay.
Oh, she gave you the
Well,
red stick.
Robert
I wanna
Raviolis,
know,
I think that answers your question.
Alright, that's one.
That is a good question.
Wait.
Look, I don't need to know everything about each of you, but I would like to know if we are going to be traveling together, if that's going to happen often.
Wait. Out of character, what are you talking about?
You're gonna.
You'll see.
Find out.
Okay.
No out of character ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Ask
this
in
is how I was
character
thinking.
from now on, yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously, I mean, but, like, we should all do that.
Yeah, I did.
I do that too, but we should all get into the habit, you know?
And
What do you mean
in
that?
character? Yeah, that's exactly. In character, he could be talking about any of the things that happened today.
Yeah.
The
okay.
assault, the.
You mean
Lies.
the stone flyers?
Yeah, I mean.
I think I've got a rough
as-
idea about that. I more specifically meant the people in our group.
I think the monk is trying to figure out why your eyes went blue and you shot wings out of your back.
Alright, I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
It was pretty cool, not gonna lie.
The last thing I remember was getting bopped on the head by the big
Oh,
guy.
he bopped you good. Like,
Yeah, no, he
straight
did.
in the brain.
I mean, I'm not bleeding anymore, but it's closed up over here.
I'm reading him this entire time.
I'm not gonna lie.
what's your
you should
insight?
Probably
+4.
go to a doctor. You might have a concussion.
Roll the check.
Okay.
Xania, I think it's more than a concussion.
Whether it be in deception or,
Persuasion.
I guess, persuasion.
It was some supernatural type.
what's your insight?
type of
+5?
Parmesan.
+4.
It was
+4?
crazy.
Okay.
Never seen anything like it.
What'd you roll?
19.
19? Sure. Okay. You do not believe him. You do not believe he's being entirely forthright with you.
Okay.
Something about his mannerisms when he says, I don't remember this or that, he doesn't seem to be looking anybody in the eyes.
Garrett?
You remember?
I thought we established That wasn't.
You.
Well, because I was unconscious.
Right. So, but when you're unconscious, remember when we talked about the room
Everything.
with the orb?
Yeah. But I
When
was
he
not,
took
I was
over.
not unconscious. Garrett was completely out cold.
Even still, you see through your eyes still.
Your eyes.
After
You're a
That's why
pilot.
it's a shock to one half of the system.
It sounds like you're a pilot without control.
The way I figured it was shock to one half of the system. That one's out of commission.
Yeah. So it's out of commission in the sense that you no longer have
Bless
Bless
you.
you. Bless you.
you no
Science.
longer have your faculties.
That was an actual sneeze, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, you are aware of your surround. You're aware that you're moving. You're aware that you're doing things. You're aware that you're speaking. You're just
Chris
not.
was not aware of that. Chris was under the assumption that it was just.
Well, if we're going by what you
Refer
said,
yourself in the third person.
He's in
It
character.
needs to be
dude.
specified.
I thought
okay.
you said that at
The
the end
way-
remembered.
just
He did say that, but I
so
guess he
we
didn't
have
catch
that perception like together. The way you described it to me, even if you went unconscious, you would still be in that room with him.
Oh, that's not how I meant it at all. If I went unconscious, that would be out for until I regain consciousness. That's why the
Okay.
cooldown period.
Okay, so if that's the case,
Yeah.
then he's being forthright. He does not remember.
Yeah, sorry, we should have clarified everything on that.
Okay. So then.
No, that's
Well-
flashback.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not reeling. Well
the
then,
cinematic.
I believe you have a lot of soul searching to do on your own.
That's one way to
Because,
put it.
well, you should definitely be aware of your faculties when you are engaged in serious combat that could have killed any of us. I mean, definitely including me. If it wasn't for Leon and Moriana, I
Wait,
probably
wait, wait.
wouldn't have existed.
So your eyes turned blue, and you had wings that were 10 foot wide.
Maybe.
Shoot out of your back.
Hmm.
You don't know anything about that?
No.
Alright?
What was this about something about you sharing a color of eyes as
Well, that's none
well?
of your business.
Well, hold on, we ain't gonna.
Actually, it is all of our business right now.
Because you seem to remember that.
As long as you're with us, I need to know if that's going to happen again, if that happens often, what it means. I don't mean to press too far in. I just need to know if we're all safe with you. That's all.
Of course you're safe. I'm completely under control. It's just a state of rage during a battle. I get excited. I don't like the idea of losing a battle. So I became enraged. And when that happens, I just focus more on what exactly is going on in the moment.
I'm reading him as well.
Okay.
Attempting to.
I'd also like to say, while he's saying that, I fought with him before in the past. I can vouch for what he said.
Well, you know how much your word means to me, so take that into consideration.
I would actually like to walk over
Forthright.
and look you like calmly in the eye, like put my hand on your shoulder. All seriousness, jokes aside, I wholeheartedly agree. If you agree to be the sword, I'll be the shield. You won't have to worry about us losing the battle. You just make sure we win it.
Sounds good to me.
Sparkle.
But he has a hammer, not a sword.
Sword, shield, sparkle.
Yeah.
I think you're saying he shines bright like a diamond.
Damn right you do. No, but also what's... I don't know. I still don't know. Are you a prisoner? Are you a bad guy? Can we trust you even?
And what's your story, partner?
We were just taking him home. That's what my comrades were doing before they were viciously murdered upon the ship.
Want go home.
See?
Alright, but what can you...
Stonefire's after.
Why?
Yeah. Thank you.
Eric no belong here.
Yeah, no.
Are they going to take you back to where you belong?
No. They take me there.
Where's there?
Earth.
Underneath? Below. Okay, that was all I got.
Next to.
Next to.
Chris, make a wisdom save.
Ados. Roll initiative.
3.
Sick.
You turn into ash. Oh my god.
continue.
Okay.
You can continue speaking.
Why did you leave your home?
No choose.
That's unfortunate. At least I was able to choose.
Stoneflyers attack. Arik run.
Stoneflies attacked before. Before today?
Not here.
Not here.
My home.
I think I'm understanding a little bit. Seems like his home was attacked by the Stoneflies, like he said, and he had to leave because of it. That's basically what he said, just in a more coherent sentence, I believe.
Where's your amulet?
It would also be around my neck.
So we're trying to get you home then, so you could go fight back and protect your home.
Must protect home.
Understandable.
Birdman, can I see your dagger?
No. And he says that in the most common you've ever heard him say.
I mean, he enunciated.
No.
Why does it mean?
Oh,
why
geez.
does dagger mean so much?
Dagger mine.
I didn't say I wanted your dagger. I'm a blacksmith. I love blades. It's
No.
clearly a finely crafted weapon.
No.
I mean, you can't force him to show you. He'll show you in time, I'm sure.
Birdman's no fun.
You get a chance to inspect it at a later time. I'm sure he's just got to warm up to you first. You know?
You fought well out there. I'm assuming it wasn't your first battle. Both of you, actually. Now that I'm looking at you in otter form.
Trained fight.
Just trained to fight.
Got that one done.
I think we were right about him.
I concur.
Same as, and I just point.
Yes.
So you're
like,
saying
yes.
you're a soldier?
Yes, that's what he is saying, because we had this
Guardian.
last. I know what he is.
Oh yeah, I believe they mentioned something about that.
He's a white wing.
White wings.
Is that what your neck piece is all about?
No.
What's
Sash. And I have a white sash like around my waist.
That's his uniform essentially, which I don't have mine on. It's at the bottom of an ocean, but
And what's with the other amulet? The one that they didn't give you. You're carrying around that one. Looks rather.
From home.
Are there more like you, more white wings?
Home.
Oh. Did they defend in the attack on your home?
I want to like document his vocabulary.
So you weren't there when the attack happened then?
Had to run. Came here.
I'd ask how he came here, but I don't think I'd get a clear response.
Walk.
Doesn't know.
How'd you hurt your wing?
Running. Running from Stoneflyers.
I don't think you're running correctly.
I think what he's saying is he got attacked in his plight to flee.
Stoneflyers attack home. Arik run.
Then Arik show up here.
Yes.
I think I have an important question. Do you have a home to return to? If it was attacked?
And you know.
Don't know who won.
So we could be walking into a war zone.
You know go.
I know.
Only Arik go.
Alone.
Home.
We're gonna bring you there. Then we're gonna release you where this supposed giant battle happened. And we're just gonna say good luck.
Arik's home.
From what I understand is we were going to take him home to Southdown to the Spire, and the mages there were going to cast a portal of some sort to bring him home.
And what happens if it didn't turn out well?
You know live in Arik home.
You know live in our home.
That's
All right, well, let's
Wow.
make it test.
That sounded like some
All
Trump
right,
shit.
So I meant
bringing drugs.
That was a little.
You dropped your
MAGA hat
Bad
over there.
bird hombres.
I meant
That's a question.
That was uncalled for.
I meant
Arik here and alive. You home, no live.
I disagree.
So he can't live where he lives.
Oh, physically.
Yes.
Oh, that's different. I just thought it was rude that you were visiting us and we can't visit you. I don't. I didn't know we would die like
Sounds like
that.
our Sparkle wants to get himself killed already.
I don't know if it's a matter of rudeness. You have to remember, sometimes it's not always rude.
Sorry, forgot the
I think
teachings, Lady
it's-
Belgamine.
I think it's better for you to try to figure out who exactly won first. Because if you go home and you weren't so lucky, then all your running was for nothing.
Must go home. Must still protect.
He has to do his duty to his nation.
There's a chance there might not be anything left to protect.
Knowing what you know, Xander would be very interested in this.
Okay.
Because why? Essentially.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Oh, good.
Sounds like we all got some.
Eric, what happens if you can't get home?
Eric must go home.
Do you know how to get home?
Well, I'm assuming where we're going, they'll be able to send him. But my question is, what if your people? What if they lost? What if there is no home to go to?
Eric must still go home.
Understood. I can.
Eric must know.
No, I understand. I would as well.
Unfortunately, with what's going on with the stone creatures attacking Everseed?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Attacking Everseed, things might not be so good when we get back home. So, if for whatever reason you can't go home, I'd like to fight alongside you against what's going to happen here.
Eric stay till Eric go home.
That seems the only way.
That's how it works.
Okay.
That's exactly how it works.
Literally the only thing that could possibly happen, really.
I'll be here until I'm not.
He's not wrong.
Not that I want to ignore the audit in the room, but
Oh my god.
not that I don't trust you,
And
but
then you get like Hawkeyes on you.
Like?
but why are you traveling?
Squeak!
In common, I don't speak Otta.
Wish I knew how to speak that.
Eric!
With my otterness, look left, look right. And then turn back into Phelan. That's it.
It's wonderful.
No food.
No.
Berries
No.
are gone.
You make berries. You make other. No eat other.
No.
No.
Please don't eat me.
Doots.
No. No. What was the question again?
Why are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you traveling?
Not that you're not a strong warrior, but why are you here?
Oh, I'm writing a book.
Oh, like a story.
Kind of. Yeah. History of the world.
Part 1?
I mean,
Oh.
I imagine by this time we're up to part like 700.
Well,
I mean,
Now I feel like there's a lot of pressure.
Oh, and it's just for me and Tom.
Thank you.
Matt.
Thank you.
I like
Because I know Matt loves that.
Thank you.
One of my favorite Mel Brooks movies.
That actually that's good enough for me. I just want to know if we can trust you.
Where do you start?
Where do you start?
With the history of the world.
Part
As far
1.
back as you can go.
It's good to be the king.
Have you started?
Yes. Some notes.
What's up with some Inquisition?
I'd love to check over those notes if you wouldn't mind at some point. Maybe not today, but when you're more complete or close to it. Just interested. I'm a reader myself.
And
I'm a writer myself as well, but not necessarily a book. More of a...
If you need any information on the Civil War and the Imperium, I witnessed it firsthand. I mean, I fought it, so I can let you know anything you need to know about that.
Most certainly. Thank you. And thank you. I'd love
If
to
you
have
like
some
any
look over my work.
opinions on how Feldspar helped craft the world we live in, I can help you out with that as well.
Yes, please.
I
All
concur.
accounts.
Now the other thing, since we're all here now, Leon and I were discussing going out on adventures. Garrett, we talked to you about this a little bit as well. Just a cohesive unit to possibly make some coin in the meantime, maybe make some good in the world.
At that, Belgamine just starts clapping and looking at Leon. I'm so happy!
You're embarrassing me. Lady
Why did you not tell me sooner?
I wanted to keep it a secret. I knew you'd act like this. You always do this.
Because I'm so happy! I've been waiting for you to leave.
Oh, but cannoli. You can't. I couldn't think of
It was a little bit
it.
awkward.
You can't be doing this all the time.
I don't know.
I'm a grown man now.
I understand that, and I'm very happy that you're getting out on your own.
I wish I had parents to act like
Ah, I'm so happy, and I think you found a very good group to do it with. You seem
Why
like
Shine
fine
Man
war.
And Wound Man.
That's easy with that Shine Man talk. That's kind of racist.
Man Shine.
That's not any better.
That's the reps.
Wait, so
Yeah,
Leon,
yeah.
is Lady Bug
He
your
still
mom?
says,
No,
Wound
no.
Man.
She's a lady of the church. She's someone who helped raise me.
Oh.
Leon, his family has been in church since a very young age.
If I had parents, it'd be the fathers of the church. They're the ones that directly oversaw me, took me in. By the way, you're gonna have to say goodbye to them for me, because I ain't crying in front
Why
of them.
here?
I think he wants to know why you're traveling.
Yes.
Oh, well, I want to get away from the church, and the only thing I really wanted to do was...
Totally
do some-
understand that.
What do you mean?
Get away from church.
I don't understand.
Well, then.
Anyway, you were saying.
You know, I don't know. Never mind. Never mind.
No,
Leon.
Leon, please.
No, Leon.
Don't let that one interrupt you.
You were asking us out on a adventuring date.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it that way.
At the very least, we're stuck with each other for the next.
Do you
3 or
want to
4
form a
days.
guild with me? Yes. No. Maybe.
In terms of gold, I don't really mind the coin. You can all share that as you will, but I just want an opportunity to do some good in the world for Nasira and spread the good word of her name.
And I'm speaking for myself alone, of course, but I do notice that each of you has, very interesting skill sets that we can benefit each other, and we all have room to grow, myself most of all. Formal ask of, would you like to go on an adventure with us, to each of the 4 of you?
Why Wound Man here?
There's 5 of us.
What? Oh no, I know how to count, thank you.
I turned back into an otter.
You only get 2 of those a day. You can't.
Did we take a rest?
No, this is our
That
rest.
is the rest
This is
now.
the
We're resting right now.
She goes, have to deal with the awkwardness.
Fuck! She sticks her head in the ground.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was more of you're a man of the army. I mean, your time with us will probably come to a close once we reach Southdawn. I'd imagine.
Yes,
they'll probably post you up somewhere.
that's what I meant, of course.
I'm not an idiot, but first off, what I was going to say is if we all want to venture together, the Southdawn, the Imperium, issues legionnaires, which you get paid, essentially, to represent them and adventure for them. So we could do, if you're interested in that route, I could put in a good word for you petitionally.
That is true. Legionnaires do make a good amount of coin. Lady Belgamian pipes in.
I don't feel comfortable representing a city or an anything that I don't know anything about, and I'd rather just do our own thing. But
Why Wound Man here?
I think we're gonna have to address the otter in the room. The bird in the room.
No, I am an otter. If we took a short rest, I'm an otter.
Okay, yeah, it's been short rest at this
I
point.
look at the DM for confirmation.
All right.
I'm
It's been
fucking
It's been
otter.
a short rest.
Deal with it!
Damn it! This is your second time turning into an
That's
otter, so
it.
once you come back,
That's
you ain't going back.
Don't talk.
Yeah, I guess everyone's answered the question.
I'm out trying to make some coin. That's the short of it. I mean, of course I have a longer story, but it's not for tonight. That's the short version. Is I'm out to make some coin, then maybe go home and use it for good.
I was gonna say, not to pry anything, but helping our friend Vanda here, you seem pretty committed to making him a good man. It seems more than someone who's out to just get some coin.
Of course, and one of my goals is as well to make some good in the world, and giving people a second chance is simple, really. I mean, it's human life. It's worth something. It's not worthless.
I don't know, man. He killed 2 of my comrades, so we'll see what the worthlessness of that is.
So your solution is two wrongs make a right?
No, absolutely not. I believe he's becoming a better person, but he still needs to be tried for his crimes in front of a tribunal.
And that's why he's with us right now.
And
Going to...
I respect him for that.
And if I was not there, who knows what would have happened.
I was going to kill him.
I have literally no reason to believe that.
Gotta get questions from somebody.
And I was questioning him at that exact moment.
We're getting information, though.
If you would have had left, I would have gotten all the information I required, and more.
Sure. Anyway.
So, as we were discussing without him...
I've got no interest in coin or creating stories from adventures. I've got different goals when I get to South Dawn.
And of course, everyone is, I'm sure, going to have their own goals, and...
What Hammerman?
What? Hammerman?
I don't think he's seen a tiefling before. Raucous.
Oh.
Teeth?
Tiefling.
Teeth.
I'm a tiefling.
I think he understands.
I don't know how else to describe myself. Me. All the time.
Yes. Well,
Eric no see teeth before.
Uneducated people call us devil children.
That's terrible.
Couldn't be farther from the truth.
But what's the truth? I don't know what the actual truth is behind tieflings.
Generally, yeah, kind of devil children. Essentially, it's elves mixed with demonic bloodlines.
Gotcha.
Essentially, your nature is hellish. Human, sorry, mixed with demonic bloodlines. Your nature is more skewed towards evil, but you can be any sign of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's generally why people distrust tieflings, because they're more skewed towards demonic.
A few bad people make a name for everyone. It's very shameful.
Well, my motto in life, and much like Phelan here, is if there's going to be a story written about you, wouldn't you rather be the author? We all write our own story. I don't know what your goals are, I don't know what your pursuits are, and I don't intend to find out unless you'd like me to. But you do seem very, very good at what you do. Albeit you did scare me quite a bit in that fight and what became of you, but even still, very capable. And the long and short of it is, I was going to South Dawn originally on that boat to find somebody or some group to adventure with, and hopefully you'd be better than they'd be better than my last group. And well, I don't really know if you are or you're not, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Eric fight. Eric sleep now. And he walks to a tree.
Well,
I really do like him.
He's
Well,
an interesting fellow.
I trust him more than anyone.
Are there trees around?
Hey,
Huh?
Are there trees around?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
we're
are in
still
a
in the
clearing,
forest, yeah.
like a
It's
small
just
clearing
more
right now,
than
but you're still in the
expected.
forest, dude.
I climb a tree and stand on a branch and go to sleep.
Okay.
Hell yeah. And you're sneaking the reek.
I just look
Ugh.
cool.
The first branch you try is not so sturdy.
no!
And you kind of take a tumble about 10 feet. And hit the ground. But on your second attempt, you manage to make your way up, find a sturdier, thicker branch.
Before I stand on it, I give
It gives a little bit of shake.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
you gotta
good.
test them first, mate. You don't want the head.
You okay though? Up there, Reek, you good?
tree home and I'll do that.
Sorry.
I bet, man. I bet.
And as soon as I see him sleeping or going to sleep, I just kind of look over and I'm just like, he's probably going to be the strongest one out of all of us. And I, for one, want to have him on my side.
Well,
what do you know about strength, monk?
Good lord!
Oh, glad I'm an otter.
How long does that last for?
Yeah.
An hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Long and depth.
No, it's a fair critique. I'm not very strong myself. One of the reasons I would like to travel with you is I'd like to learn from you and learn how to build myself in a more fortified way, I suppose.
I appreciate your kind words, and you've got my hammer until we get to South Dawn. Once we get there, we'll see what happens.
I appreciate that, but it's not mine. It's all of ours. I do not intend to be leading or making any decisions without consulting everybody and making an agreeable choice amongst us.
Well, you seem to make a decision about me then, eh?
I did not make that decision. You did, actually.
I don't recall making that decision. I recall doing my job that I'm paid to do, which is protect those who can't protect themselves.
The other thing's looking real good right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. Who were you protecting when you murdered a man on the ship? I couldn't quite see who you were protecting.
I believe his comrades had a baby in their hands, and who knows what they were going to do to you.
Oh, the one I was standing right in front of protecting?
Look, gentlemen.
Is that the one you're
I love
referring
this
to?
party dynamic.
All right. Come on.
Look, I do agree that I have some cautiousness about you, but I don't think he's all bad. I think he has good intentions, and I believe our journey...
What are your intentions?
Well,
Why'd you join the military if not to murder people?
I joined the military to protect those who needed protecting. That's what my family did along the line, and that's what I wanted to keep that line going until my family was blown up in the Civil War.
So once again, two wrongs make a right for you then.
No, I was already enlisted when this happened. That's why my wife and my unborn child died. And I didn't want to see somebody else lose their family in a fight.
So you decided to kill them instead.
I didn't...
Your logic is very flawed, sir.
Sorry you think that way.
It's not my thinking, it's fact. You wanted to prevent more loss, so you made them lose.
Protect the innocent.
And you were the judge and jury of the innocent then?
Well, when somebody has a knife to a baby's throat, that's all the information I need.
The one you murdered was not actually holding a knife to any baby's throat.
But he was working with those people, so he's with those people.
Oh, so should die by association.
Hey,
That's an excellent moral compass you have
He was
there.
coming after you. You guys
I'd
can
hate
kill
to
you.
meet more of you.
Well, you're going to South Dawn. You're going to meet a lot of us. Because that's where our station
It's
is.
a means to an
If he
end.
had hesitated and the baby had died, would this conversation be the same?
No. It
Maybe take the
wouldn't. But you
shot
know
at-
what? There's no way of finding out if that would have happened. Because we don't have the option right now.
Yeah, and you don't have the option when you're a soldier. Have you ever been a soldier? Have you ever enlisted? Have you been in the war?
Let's
You got a
just
lot
say
of
no.
judgments.
Let's say no.
And then you have a lot of judgments.
You're right.
And preconceived notions. And you haven't been there.
At this point, you hear Vander from the side. He's sitting against the cart. I don't know. Would you have bound him?
I mean, he has no intentions of running. I trust him.
Vander's sitting next to the cart. He goes, I don't know if Barenthal would have killed that baby. But they would have killed everybody on that ship besides it to find you. I just want you to know. It's a personal note. I know I'm going to judgment. I know I'm going to trial. Possibly execution.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
But I want you to know I had no hand in killing anybody on that ship.
Can I inside him?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
What's your insight?
Okay, we'll get it.
Oh, that's a +5.
Oh, damn. Actually, damn good insight.
He's being truthful.
Okay.
You
I
get the sense
I
from
feel
him.
he's being truthful.
Right. He
Okay.
has. You're kind of thinking he has no reason to lie right now.
Mhm.
This guy's been pretty forthright and honest with you since you've been journeying with him, and yeah, he seems pretty honest.
Okay. So, Vander, was it? I just have one question for you. How did you come upon his sword when my comrades were holding his sword?
Because the person I was with killed your friends.
Can I inside on that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's your bad.
Right. Again,
Okay.
he seems to be opening up in this conversation and just
Okay.
and I know admitting that makes me an accomplice, and I'm
But it doesn't make you a murderer.
but
Well, you still have to
Complicit.
be tried for your crimes. I will make sure murder is not one of those. And I will also make sure they take execution off the table if they have it my way. You might spend a year or two for, unfortunately making a bad decision, but from what I can tell, you've turned yourself around in these past few days, and I fully respect that.
it's been a while since you've been to the Imperium, hasn't it?
Is it about a year or so?
It's not the same. Thank you for your kind words, but I don't think they're going to make much of a difference there.
I'll see what I can do.
And he kind of goes back to being withdrawn.
So, why are we looking for you exactly?
There's people dealing in counterfeit religious relics and stealing religious relics. I was trying to find them for the last year and gather information on them so we could start putting a stop to that. And I'm going to relay my findings to headquarters when I get back. That's why I was on that ship.
Seems like an awful lot of trouble for something so small.
I agree, but apparently it's for something bigger than we know. What I can gather.
As insightful as this evening has been, I still got a little bit of a headache from that shot. I think I'm gonna turn in for the night.
Don't sleep too long, you can go into a coma.
No, I'll be alright.
Okay? It's your life.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. You go to sleep. Head off into the tent. Big enough tent to sleep about 6 of you. Still going to be 2 either posted up in the cart or
I can sleep
out
outside.
in nature. He's in a tree, so.
I'll sleep outside.
If anyone needs a watch cycle, you just feel free to make me whenever you want.
I'll also sleep outside with Xanier.
Raucous gestures to Xanier for him to like step aside. Briefly.
I actually do the same thing to Leon, but I'll let you guys go first.
I'll sleep on
Mine's
top
been
of the
really,
cart.
really quick. As soon as like we get out of earshot, I just hand him a flask. We're like, that's it. That is genuinely
Okay,
just
gotcha.
2 dudes.
No
taking a
words,
drink.
gotcha.
Fair enough.
That's it.
2 shots.
I nod and take the flask and take a swig.
Yep. That's literally all that happens.
Oh, and I do have a question.
Oh, if you, I
For
mean,
you, yes.
I didn't have anything. I was
Yes.
I was asking if you.
Well,
wanted to
we're
drink.
out of earshot, so I
So,
said.
Yep.
Oh wait. Yes.
The
Okay.
monk does not like you, Xanier.
Yeah, I can see that. He has his way. I have mine. Nothing to it.
That's true.
My question is for you. What is your business with the Order of the Rose Circlet? Because I could try to get you in, but it would help more if I knew what your business was.
I need information on a wizard.
Okay. Anybody got pencils?
I stole your
Everybody.
That's
Now I have 2, and you don't have
Oh no, my god. Well, D&D's over tonight. We have to take time to the infirmary. Quick, can we cut this?
Big Sean's
I
watching.
shall claim it.
Big Sean's watching.
Is there-
I think. Hi.
Hello.
Or he at least said, I didn't know you had a Twitch channel, so I don't know if he's
Yeah.
actually watching or not, or if he's just
There's
there.
a
But
lot
yeah.
of.
If you're watching, hey.
It's not working?
No, it keeps going up when I'm trying to write. There we go. The first one, like, it would go back inside. It was an innie.
Probably more like ED.
God damn.
A more trustworthy pencil.
Yes. Snap.
Fuck!
Yeah, number 2.
Writing so hard.
Ticonderoga.
That's a fort upstate.
Did you just say Wakanda forever?
No.
I did.
Wait.
No,
leave out.
Ticonderoga.
Wakanda forever.
Jesus.
You was the SNL
Sierra,
sketch.
I mean, Feldspar.
Is that it?
I mean, Jesus. No.
All right, you can have Wakanda forever, but you gotta give us back dabbing. We're not gonna give up dabbing, but you can have Drake.
So, you're looking for a wizard. What else?
I'm looking for more information. I need information on a wizard.
Was he wronged you in any way, or are you just looking for information to gain information? Because I don't know where they're going to send me after this, so if everybody does want to be Legionnaires, that would be my new post, and I'd much rather that than...
I'd rather not get into it now.
Okay.
We can get into it more when we actually get to the Order of the Rose Circle.
Understandable. Okay, that's it. I hand the flash back to you.
Yeah, we were just drinking. We go to bed.
The drinking pain.
Before you go to bed, there's one more thing that happens with you, but you two go ahead first.
Okay. I just kind of, while everyone's getting settled, they walk away. I just look at Leon and say, that went about as well as I thought it would.
You seemed a bit hostile.
Just a bit!
If I may.
He just does that.
I actually disagree. I don't think I was that hostile. I agree I was a little more forward than I should have been. I agree with that. But I don't disagree or I don't second guess anything that I said.
Look,
I didn't confront that one in any way, like physically or in a fighting manner, but I do question his morals, and I will continue to, and you know.
I do agree. I think it was a necessary talk, but I gotta say, you obviously have your reasons, and I see those reasons, but I really think there's the light's in him, and he's not lost.
He's seen some shit.
I agree with you to a point, and I do believe that it is up to, seems like you and I, to extract that light from him. And you know, there's balance in life, and well, that's why roses have thorns. You know, they have beauty and pain at the same time, and this is one of those things. And he's more thorn than rose at the moment, but could still bloom. I just, you know, if it's going to be another couple days of travel, I thought we should get that out of the way early. And look, I just don't want things to end the way the last time ended. And
Call me naive, but I guess
Naive.
all I'm trying to say is
Yes! You wasn't the only one.
give him a chance.
he has his chance. You know, look, if we run into more of those stone flyers or whatever, or monsters of any kind, but I mean, that's fine. We take them down. They have nothing. They're nothing to me. But human life is just it's different. I don't know. I'm hoping you agree.
No, I agree 100%.
Just humans?
Human life.
Oh!
You know,
No, I'm joking.
Humanoid life?
humanoid life. It's just short. Yeah,
Mortal life.
It just
humanoid
sounds
life.
less
Gnome
elegant.
lives matter.
Wow.
I agree. And otter lives matter as well.
I'm off in the distance. Can I interrupt?
Yeah. Just
In a nearby little pond.
Breaking
Just,
stuff on your tummy. Do otters do that? I don't know.
yeah, they do.
sure.
I don't know
They
how
play,
others work.
they play with stuff like rocks and
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I say, either way, I'll walk on him.
I think it's a good time to start. I mean, it's a good time as any, I guess.
I'm gonna go. I'm tired though.
No, I understand. I just want to let you know one thing, just between you and I don't foresee this being a long-term circumstance. Just for future reference, I do plan on returning home once I've made enough coin to accomplish my goals.
Hey, we don't know what the future holds. I can't claim to see it, but either way, I'm just excited to go along this journey.
Same as me.
Have a good night. Hey, you knew. It still hurts.
But yes, sorry.
We'll work on it.
We will. I'll take first watch. Go ahead and get some sleep.
I'd actually, even if you take first watch, I'm gonna be up for a bit.
Okay. Me too. I have to note this. So, and I take out my book and I take out a pencil or a pen, whatever. Or
I'm actually
quill,
gonna
whatever.
walk over to Xanier and Roettger. I'm just gonna give you guys a nod and kind of just like chill out next to you.
A salute, because you know, military.
Good thing Moriano was at the battlefield today, huh, Leo?
What do you mean? Well, obviously she's a great warrior, but it sounds like you know what I am glad.
I heard the
am.
ping. I heard the ping from your armor across the street.
What do you mean?
You know.
Oh, it's a duel.
Do you know what he means? I don't know what he means. Never mind. It's one of those military jokes.
Rock doesn't say it.
Yeah, Rock is the point.
As you're all talking, the pirate Vander
Yes.
kind of approaches your group, and he goes, "Sorry, Xanier, right?
Yes, sir.
Just, I wanted to say I appreciate it. At least trying to get execution off the table, and you seem like a decent guy.
I'm not a monster. I've done monstrous things in my life, but it's what had to be done for the situation, unfortunately, and not a day goes by without me thinking about that. I understand what making choices does. Unfortunately, you made a wrong one, and you want to right that, and I can absolutely respect that.
Well, I realized I wasn't entirely forthright with you when we spoke on the beach. You asked me who sent us after you.
Oh, Joe.
I told you the Order of Sin, and that's true. But more specifically, it was a representative from the Order of Sin. A specific representative.
Okay.
An arcanist named Miles Roettger. A sorcerer. What?
How do you
Oh,
spell
Miles, M-I-L-E-S.
I got that one.
Roettger, R-O-G-R-O.
The name was Miles Roettger.
Yes.
And he said, how do you spell that? And you gave him Miles?
I gave him all of it.
Gonna start, you know.
To be fair, it could have been a Y.
Could have been Niles.
Also, it sounds vaguely familiar. You know what? It's fine. It's probably my imagination.
The sorcerer anarchist, is that what you said?
Sorcerer Arcana. An Arcanist.
Oh,
A sorcerer.
Arcanist, huh?
Damn arcanists.
Anarchist.
We should make magical legal.
Name's
No,
Joe
yeah.
Snaggletooth.
How do you spell that? J-O-E.
Really? Oh man, I don't want to guess.
Good one, Shaggy.
That's
Negative.
last campaign.
I thought it was J-O-U.
Okay, gone.
I don't know how high up he is in the organization, but he seems like a pretty powerful mage. If he wants you dead, I don't know why he would send pirates after it and not just come do it himself, but he must have had a good reason to. Probably to distance himself from it. Whatever you found out in Anjasir must have irked him the wrong way.
Seems that way. Thank you for being honest with me.
Well, it wasn't that I lied earlier. It was just
You
I didn't give you the name.
Yes. It's understandable. I understand. Not mad.
It just I had a gun in my face, so I wasn't thinking straight.
Can you tell why I'm not the head of negotiations? But we had to do at the time, unfortunately. Where's the Joker? Where's
So- I guess I'm kind of your charge right now. So where should I sleep?
Sleep wherever you feel comfortable.
And he walks over and he kind of just saddles up against the wheel of the cart and goes to sleep. Anybody else have anything they want to do tonight?
I just want to meditate, and then just for a brief bit.
As
You
an honor.
totally have to meditate as an honor now.
Are you meditating as an honor?
So in that short period of time, you guys all go to sleep. During this rest, you're going to level up to level 4. Have you guys all done hit dice already? Because I know I told you last time to level up.
I just didn't roll the dice, but I...
Okay, so if we want to roll the hit dice now to see how much you level up by, go ahead.
Good
Anyways,
news.
very
Those numbers so I
After
can edit
doing
your
that, I would
sheets.
just like you all to know Richie really wants Dyrus and Xanyer to fuck.
Damn.
That's awkward.
I bet
There's
he
a
does.
lot of sexual tension.
Good God.
We're both wood elves.
No, when you said every
Oh, we'll be wood elves if we're together.
We're used to singing a love song.
Thank you, Jen. You're the only one who heard that. At least
D12 plus your con mod.
So I'm a D8 plus my con mod, right?
Yeah, your rogue D8
Yes,
plus
yes.
your con mod.
So with my con mod, I have plus. I rolled a 7, so plus 2, so now.
Okay.
Oh, I got a plus
Alright.
one. Okay.
A little above average.
What was this?
10.
Nice.
So,
Ooh.
Wait, hold on.
I'm
Let me,
adding
My
No, you have an
stats.
let me write all this down.
I'm
so-
adding
Minus
2 to
one.
my con
I thought
for
it
my
said 12.
stat boost.
Right.
So I get +1 per level.
Right.
Right.
Oh, it's for
That
hit
I've
dice.
already
Yeah, yeah.
done.
And you've already, right, so you would be
plus
getting
3.
plus 3.
And then when I rolled -1.
So this
Correct.
is
Question.
4 total.
Correct.
Do you
I'm sorry, +7.
Sean, you'll know.
Plus 7 total.
Okay,
right.
Do
so that's
stats
20.
increase on the odd number
Nice.
or the even
Yeah.
number? Like if I go to 15,
It's even numbers.
But all the enemies are
Yeah.
harder now too, so
So it's like,
I gotta catch up. I gotta get some more
16,
downtime.
20.
Well, what's
Gotcha.
up?
plus 12.
10 is 0.
For a druid, I don't
Yeah,
know.
plus
D8?
one, plus
Okay.
This.
Yeah.
You said
Yep.
hit dice?
Yes.
Yes.
I know.
So
but
you roll-
I
Would you
don't
roll,
think- I
Christian?
don't. I thought he
A
said 12.
2.
He
It's,
said
it's
12.
different for
12
each
for
class.
him.
yeah.
Oh.
It's different for
I
each
just
class.
did it.
Each
Mine's
class
a
gets
D6.
different.
And
Yeah.
I
Oh,
also
and so I take
just
it
leveled
as
up in
a
con, so now I have 48
Your con
HP.
mod.
Well, how much did you plus?
Yes.
My
Roll that
constitution.
+2, yes.
Sorry.
No, no, what was the total? What, plus 2 plus what's
2.
your-
My constitution.
So plus
So
40
plus
your
4
total
total?
max
Yeah.
health.
Okay.
It does it
So
automatically.
plus 4 to that.
Well, no, because I have to change the sheets.
Wait.
on the stream.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's why I need to know everyone's numbers.
I'll text
Shit,
you.
man. It's 42.
I got +6.
Okay, let's get this.
Rock is getting beefy.
Yo,
Handbook?
Tom.
What'd you roll?
Tom.
Yep. That's
8 plus 2.
Woo! Let's go. Okay.
I'm really torn as to what I should do. Let's go.
Matt, what
Level
was
up.
yours?
Alright.
Lowest one what?
Thank you.
Plus, how
Thank
much
you
feel
for agreeing with me. When
I am
said,
now
like,
20.
I'll be the sword, I'll be the shield. That actually dictated a lot of what my level up is.
Oh,
I
really?
put everything into Constitution. I was like, I'll just tank. I'll just.
What was
There you
your-
go.
Sorry.
What was your plus to HP?
4.
Plus 4?
I'm still
So
kind
I'm
of
at
figuring out my role in
30.
combat. I know my role as a person, but I need to. But that's part of his journey is figuring out how he fits into combat situations. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's really only fought
+6.
like alongside his brother, and he knows where he stands there. So
Yeah, it's very good considering I only get a D6 +1.
Yeah.
Do you learn any like
Does
deception
anyone-
things or like?
I would
Anyone do
never.
Stat increases?
Oh, cool. Those cool. Cool.
I'm sorry. Never
No.
mind.
no stealth, other than I
Stat-
would have good dex,
stat
but I'm not
increases.
gonna-
Guys, anyone do
Yeah.
abilities?
Let's handle that off camera.
Yeah.
Let's handle that off camera.
We
We're just doing stat increases. The health on camera,
Yeah.
stat increases, feats and stuff. We'll do off
Okay,
camera.
yeah, so we know about
Can we do
that.
feats?
So-
It's fourth level feats?
Yeah, fourth level is ability score improvement or a feat.
Yeah,
You
either
do-
or,
you get
either
to
or.
choose one or the other.
Ability.
Let's
So-
ask these questions.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
We're wrapping up now. Guys, thank you again for joining us. Everybody on stream. I saw we had 500 bits from someone earlier. Who's that from?
That would be Pants Man.
Kevin.
Pants Man.
Pants Man!
Pants
Kevin,
Man.
come in my pants anytime, Pants Man.
Oh man.
Kevin, favor.
You heard that?
Can you cut to all the screens? Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
because we're gonna this.
Yeah.
Wait, we have
When
to
we
say the
see you guys,
we have to say the thing
all
first.
right, we're gonna see you guys next time on the Critical Miss.
That way. No, over here.
Me too.
I'm not sure.
Kevin's